What's up, everyone? It's Saturday. You know what that means. We're live on the Hardcore Sports Network Team Facebook for the first time here on the island of relevancy, holding it down. Martina is joining me. You're still muted, but we will be doing Clash of the Castle. Martina, how's it going?
I'm well, Nick. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to watch some fireworks go off in the main event with some McIntyre crybabies.
Oh man, I'm rooting for Drew. I like Drew, but I am not rooting for Cody. I know he's not gonna say I quit, but I'm still not rooting for him.
Well, funny enough, I believe that is going to open up the show, AJ and Cody for the I Quit with the I
Mm,
Quit match. RB is here. What's up? Um,
yeah.
are you guys going live for Collision Night? I won't be. I might watch it just to see who we see get roasted by Christian, but that'll be it. Also to support the Collision watch along with Martina and Tati. If you guys are still going live for that,
I am actually not going to be doing it tonight.
okay.
I had originally planned to, but because this starts at 2, that doesn't leave very much turnaround time between
Hmm.
the two streams, and I'm not built like that just yet. I'm building up my stream endurance, so we'll
Yes.
try that another day.
Yes. Yes. Well, we have, yeah, Collision should be decent with Christian and celebrating the Father's Day, the 1 year anniversary, and everything else that's on that card. Um, Here we go. Keenan is joining Team Facebook. Keenan's here. Let's go. Wishing you all a great stream. And
Thank
our views
you.
is going up. We appreciate the 13 in here watching now. Hopefully, more and
Hey, hey,
more
everybody.
come to the Facebook and support Team Facebook as we start this new new brand split of our wrestling division over at the Hardcore Sports Network. Of course, we got the Team YouTube on Earl's chat with Earl, Mac, and Mitch. As of right now, whenever I looked last, I did see those guys. And looks like Sarah is now joining them.
And don't forget to, on the way in, guys, if you can like and subscribe to everybody. Subscribe to Hardcore Sports, subscribe to Nick, Sleeper Sports Media, and
Yep,
subscribe to my channel, Martina Talks Wrestling.
yep, absolutely. I
All right,
swear that
Martina.
the
Oh,
oh,
hey, friends. There's my friends, the Wilsons. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mitch.
how's it
Thanks for
going?
20.
Mitch is
Hello,
here.
everybody.
The Ovo Hydro looks insane. They're just saying 11,309 or 301. I missed the last bit, but 11,000 people are there now.
Wow.
They showed
I
the kickoff show yesterday, and it was packed. And someone put a picture out on Twitter with comparing that and AEW, and said more people showed up for the kickoff show than they do for Dynamite. Like,
I saw that. I saw that. And we just got a small sampling. We were all saying how loud France was. I felt
yeah,
like for SmackDown, Scotland was like, "No, no, no. We can do better than that." They
yeah,
were so loud. You couldn't even hear that segment between AJ and Cody. I was struggling to keep up. You could tell
yeah.
they
I
were
was,
struggling too.
yeah. They AJ powered through, really dope. We really opening up with the I Quit match. That's dope. Yes, the 26th ever I Quit match in WWE, and champions in I Quit matches are 4-2, as Michael Cole said. AJ, who's 4-0, probably going to be losing that goose egg, but we'll just have to see. The black and yellow gear, I got to say, I do like AJ, so that's awesome. But I don't think it's going to do you any good tonight.
I don't think so either. I do find it interesting. Oh, thank you, Carter. Thank you guys, everybody in the comments. Thank you for being here. I do think that it just says something about. I can't resist to dig at Cody. I find it interesting. Like, when do you see the championship match open the show? Like, that's very rare. That's almost
Yeah,
always the headliner. You know,
yeah. Well, there still is a
not that
title in the main event, so it's better than
that's true.
saying co-main event and this is the co-main event, and I mean every match on the card. is a championship match.
That's true. That's absolutely true. I
So
forgot. You're right. I didn't even think about it like that, but you're right.
the women's title, the WWE title, the tag, the women's tag titles, the Intercontinental title, and then the heavyweight title. So that's
That's
not only is
true.
it Clash of the Castle, but they brought back Clash of Champions.
That's true. And I do think it's interesting too that at least from my predictions, I don't see anyone losing the title except Damian Priest. And that one's the only one that I feel like is up in the air. Everything else I feel like is pretty cut and dry that no one is losing except maybe
Yeah,
Damian.
yeah. I what Chad Gable did confirm on Gorilla Position that he did re-sign or at least extended his contract with WWE. So I don't know
Oh.
how long he extended it for because it expired last Friday. So I don't know if he extended it and then he will re-sign for longer term, or if he just re-signed completely and that he's under a new deal. But since he's re-signed, I could see them giving the title to him.
Well, that's actually is good news because I didn't know that. I would like that because I'm sorry, I'm not a Sami Zayn person. I said from jump that he never should have won. So I'm in favor of giving Chad his chance. I say the same thing. I feel similarly about him and Drew that they build it up and build it up and build it up. Like I don't like a poor payoff. I'm like, don't keep building it
Yeah,
up if you're not going to eventually give the guy his moment. So I'm
yeah,
for that.
yeah. I think, like you said, was not against Sammy being the one to beat Gunther, but it's like Sammy is similar to what London and Uncle Todd and we were all saying about Trick Williams with NXT. He's better chasing the title than what he is with the title. Um,
Mmm.
I mean,
That's a very well. Shoot, a lot of people are starting to finally be honest with Cody with that same sentiment. 2 months later, 3 months later, finally being
yeah,
honest.
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's unless we see something different and something happen with his character and he switches it up and goes full Homelander, as everyone's been saying. I mean, it just it's so different, so vastly different than what we had with Roman, where it felt like a big deal. No way would Roman be opening up a show for this title. No way, not a chance.
Absolutely
No
not.
how.
Absolutely not. And also, too, like I do think there is something to be said. Like I realize Cody is a face, but there have been some very iconic, impactful faces. Like a face, you're right that Roman's impact as a heel is still vastly different than Cody's
Yeah,
impact and influence as a face, which is very interesting because they built us up for 2+ years that this is the
exactly,
guy.
exactly. I will say, that, I mean, so they just showed the graphic, the champion graphic, and they, the production team didn't fill in Cody's name, and it just said talent name
Oh,
as they
I
flashed the
did.
graphic here at the bottom
I
for
didn't even
Cody. So
see that.
that's kind of that's a production botch right there. The
I
Prime
didn't even
logo
see that.
is center mat. So
Oh
Team Facebook
man.
here on the Island of Relevancy, I will say, is sponsored by Prime.
Oh, you know what? I don't have one, but yes, I'm very regrettably, I did not think myself to be a Logan Paul person, but I've said it once, I'll say it before. Prime is delicious. Half the
It's the
time, these
best.
streams are filled by Prime personally. And Logan's pretty good. He's not someone I ever saw myself saying I'd be a fan of, but when it comes down to wrestling ability, the guy is undeniable that he's very good. He's better than a lot of the people who have been in it for years. Quiet as it's
Exactly.
kept. He's
He
very
was
good.
both him and Jake were all state wrestlers in Ohio. So they have the background, and then Logan with the way they got into um, boxing. I mean, obviously that's going to play a part of it. The athleticness. I mean, they played football, they wrestled, everything. So they are just, I mean, built for this. And Logan, his story. I'm a big Paul Brother fan, so I know that both their stories. They
Mm.
uh, they grew up doing flips and everything off trampolines, off tree houses, and everything that WWE always said, "Don't try this at home." They threw that out the window. They tried it at home. So I mean, whenever like he says all the time, when he's going through the air, that's where he's most comfortable. They finally got the graphic right for Cody. It's a Flash and said champion, and then Cody Rhodes. So that's fun. That would never happen for Roman. So I
Oh
mean,
no, 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 no.
I will say Cody crowd surfing at the kickoff show. Yes, that was fun. That was
That
pretty
was
cool.
interesting. I I think that especially I don't know if you're a fan of The Boys. I've never seen the show, but I just saw that a new season of The Boys is starting. I do think that would be an interesting like pop culture crossover if he did incorporate more of the Homelander into his gear and his persona and everything.
Yes, he's got to do something because the same cookie cutter Cody, um,
What do
always
you
like you
guys
said
want
last
to
night,
talk about?
always looking like he's gonna cry. That I popped big for that whenever you were talking about the Dusty promo with Roman, and then it had Cody looking like he was gonna cry, like he always does. Um, but I mean, yeah, he's got to do something if that is going full Homelander and like you said, the boys. I haven't watched it either. I want to. I want to get around to watching it. I just finished Mayor of Kingstown, so maybe
Mm.
that'll be the next one that I start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
he's
they are underway with this I Quit match and still in the ring as of right now.
yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I agree that he does, and it's so interesting that I feel like they are trying to stretch out this phase. I'll call it phase one of Cody's title reign. They're trying to
Yeah,
stretch it out as long as they can. And we're like,
yeah,
okay, okay, it's time to switch it up because
yep,
if I'm sure you'll remember, lest we forget, we've been here before. Remember a
yep,
couple years ago at AEW, we saw how quickly the crowd changes on a dime. And I
yep,
genuinely don't want to, I don't wish Cody to fail. I'm not praying on his downfall, but
yeah,
I'm like, you're not new to this business. Like, why would you not switch it up while you can? You still have the crowd behind you because we remember how they turned on him when he refused to turn heel. He was
yep,
getting booed out of the building. I'm like, dude,
yep.
don't go down that same path again.
Yep. I mean, now it's a little different because, like that, like Roman said, you couldn't even get over in your own company, and now it would be different because he can, go heel, and there's no pressure in him having to be heel here. It's fair game for him to be heel, and I would love it. Like, go full Homelander. Let's see
Yeah.
it. Um,
I'd like it too. I think
yeah,
he would, because to me, he comes off as a natural heel anyway. To me, the faceness is forced. It doesn't
yeah.
feel authentic. I think he'd be better as a heel anyway.
It can, and they can really play into him flipping and going back to whenever he left and all that and everything AJ said last night. He quit this, quit that. um I mean,
Man,
it he
AJ
got
was
him. He
he
got
was
cooked.
he was
uh
on his neck. It reminded me of that promo with Roman. Like he was on
exactly,
his neck because he
yeah.
wasn't lying. You can't
And
say he was
then,
lying on him.
like Carmelo Hayes said, this is right where I fell asleep when they showed Carmelo Hayes up in the crowd after they showed the Logan and LA Knight segment. He said, "LA Knight, you said you think you cooked, but you should have checked the temp. You were left at medium rare or something like that." And I was like, "Okay, oh man, that yeah." So Cody got cooked yet again. Cody getting a table out. I'm sure the fans are chanting, "We want tables." I'm sure they're chanting a whole lot. Um, it was crazy that they were chanting so much for Bailey, with her
Yeah.
going up against Piper.
Yeah, that is interesting. It's so interesting seeing the international reactions versus the US reactions. And I feel like Bailey and Naomi in particular are two that it's like night and day. Like
Yeah,
they're good. They're over in America. Like don't get me wrong,
yeah,
they're over, but abroad like people turn all the way up, turn it all the way up to 10. Like they
yep.
were over the moon about both of them. Like Naomi, I've always been a Naomi fan. I'm like, man, they love some glow over there. And France too.
Cody's gear
Oh,
does look pretty sick.
oh, you're ahead of me. Okay, you're
Oh,
ahead of me because I'm just now seeing AJ come out. I like this gear though, this green and black
is it
or
green and
yellow and
black
black.
or it looked? Yeah, it looked yellow, black and yellow at first. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm Steelers fan, so black and
Oh,
yellow
okay.
always will be catch my eye.
Okay. I'm not opposed. I don't watch the NFL, so I'm kind of like, go team, do the thing, win the points. That's fine. I have no
Yep.
rebuttal to the Steelers. I do now. I have to ask you, Nick. Do you foresee some tomfoolery? Because I know I do. Like we know Judgment Day is barred from ringside, but they're not the only people who could interfere. Do you see some other tomfoolery?
For the main event for Drew and Priest.
Or no, for this one, this match right
Oh, for
here.
this one, um, I mean, the OC could get involved, and then Kevin Owens and Sammy are there. They do have a Sammy has a match, so maybe Kevin can back Cody up. The Cody Avengers can assemble in Glasgow.
Oh my God. The Cody Vengers. Because that's exactly what they are. You're right.
um, but yeah,
I
I mean,
have a
yeah. Go ahead.
I have some thoughts that we've been saying, as bloodline people, we've been saying like, okay, we're about halfway through June now. It's about time to start planting those seeds for SummerSlam and what's to come. And if you remember a couple weeks ago when Solo said, we've got Cody in check and he doesn't even
Yep.
know it. And the fact that no bloodline members have a match on this card, they're pretty free. You think there might be some bloodline interference of some kind?
I
I don't
mean,
know. I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the match, but I just
yeah,
feel like there might be some kind of interference.
yeah. It they like you said, they got to start doing something to plant those seeds. And with with The Rock now having that elbow injury for when he was filming his MMA movie, everyone was like Cody and Rock SummerSlam, Cody Rock SummerSlam. Now it's like, well, what do we do? What do we do? Roman and Solo SummerSlam still on the table.
That's true.
I mean, so it's gonna be fun to see them pivot yet again and see what they do, continuing the bloodline and Cody and how that all is going to tie together yet again.
Yep. Once again. Oh, Cody's got some new gear. I see what you're saying.
So you said I'm ahead of you. How far?
So right now, I'm just seeing Cody coming down the ramp,
Oh,
greeting the fans.
oh, so I'm way ahead.
I think so. Where are you at? What state are you in?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, I'm in North Carolina. I guess there's a
Yeah, so
big old difference.
yeah, that's watching on Peacock.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Usually
So
I'm the one that's behind.
I know. I was thinking in past streams you were behind. So what do you see right now?
Cody and AJ, they are in the ring. The ref is holding. They got like Cody has almost a figure four locked in.
Oh, dang, match is already
So
starting there. Oh yeah, you're like 2 or 3 minutes
yeah,
ahead.
they already done got the table out. They went around the arena through the backstage, through the production area,
Oh,
came back
geez.
out now back into the ring. The ref there is holding the mic. Now I was at Extreme Rules in 2022 when they did Edge and Finn Balor in the I Quit match
Mm.
at the Wells Fargo Center, and they the whoever was reffing was holding the mic like right beside Finn Balor, and you could hear and Edge both. You could hear them breathing throughout the arena, and that's like all you heard. And then it was like that mixed in with grunts, and then saying, "There's no way I'm not gonna say it." And they were. It was a time. So I can't imagine. I see the ref is standing back so he doesn't maybe catch them breathing and grunting into the mic and everything.
I remember that too. I remember that, and also before that, I think it was Ronda Rousey and Charlotte, and
Yes.
it was kind of
Yes.
the opposite for that match that the referee was coming in like halfway through, like you're
Yeah.
hearing. I was like, this is. I feel like they can find a better way other than putting the mic. Like, can they? I don't know how they'll do it. Can they like put mics in strategic places or something? Because the holding up with the mic is so strange. It's so funny.
And that's like what Earl was saying with could they do the shenanigans of AJ having a recording of Cody saying it and then have the OC in the back play it and everything like that. I don't think they'll go that way just because it's Cody. They wouldn't have him lose a title like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed because that I Quit match and then Roman and Jay inside Hell in a Cell with the I Quit
Oh
match. Those are the
yeah.
only two that I can remember out of the 26 now.
Hmm.
This one and those two.
Yeah, I remember that one because basically Jimmy came in to save
Yep.
Jay from certain death, and
Yep.
he ended up saying it. Wasn't it Jimmy that actually ended up saying it for him? Didn't he say like he quits or something to keep him from Roman from basically killing him? I can't remember. Did he ever actually really say it, or did they? I thought Jimmy said it for him, or maybe I'm
Because
remembering it
Roman,
wrong.
he got the guillotine locked in, and then when Jay looked up, Jimmy was like grasping for air and like holding his hand out, and he says, "Fine, fine, I quit, I quit."
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew it wasn't like a clean I quit, which
Cody's
they
busted
rarely are.
open. Cody's busted
Already.
open. Yep,
Dang. I was saying
Cody
the
is
other
busted
night,
open
did you happen to see Dynamite?
on Wednesday. Yeah, yep.
Hmm.
Earl and I, we did Dustin got
Man, I was
was
like, these Rhodes brothers, I feel like them and John Moxley, I feel like they
up.
lay in bed at night thinking of ways to bleed. Like, how can I bleed? How much can I bleed? How soon can I bleed? Like, sir. Oh, it's just so much. So
and
much.
we got Blood and Guts coming up in about a month at
I will
July
not be covering
24th.
that one. I'm sorry. I cannot. I can't do it.
July
I can't
24th.
do it. My gosh. It's I understand, like I understand, like I do realize there's like a wide range of wrestling fans. I know some people are like blood, more gallons, do it. And then there's people like me that I'm like, oh no, like these are real people. Like this isn't Hollywood. Like I know that they blade and things, but I don't know. I don't like to see people get hurt and knowing these are real people and it's just makes me hurt for them. I
Yeah,
don't like seeing them get hurt.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Sometimes it's overboard and they overdo it for sure. Moxley, for
Oh my
example,
god. Oh my
every
god.
I mean, every 3 minutes into every match, and it's just gushing. I will say for the Swerve and Hangman Adam Page, that their death match, I was blown away by it. That was the first death match I really ever watched, and I was just like, what? Like it was insane, and I
I
enjoyed
couldn't
it.
even
But
make it all the way through it. I remember I
that's
was
like
like, nope, I see where we're going. Click. Nope, can't do it. I still haven't seen it all because I'm like, this is a lot.
they are back in the ring. They got
Okay.
AJ just hit him with the drop kick.
Oh man.
I
Ooh.
can't believe they're not going over the arena as much anymore. Keenan, thank you for tuning in to the team Facebook stream. This match is solid.
Yes. Yeah. Thank y'all for being here. Hi. Greetings from Nigeria. Hey, hey.
How's it going? Uh,
Adonai. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Adonai. Adonai. I hope I pronounced. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name.
they
That's
they
a
showed Mama Rhodes was in the crowd. They showed her
man.
right before. I looked over and saw the ref putting on the gloves, and then looked at Cody and saw that he was cut open.
Mama Rhodes is a warrior. I respect her. That she's watched her son get mollywopped all over the world. She's a good mom.
In like 6 different companies too.
That's so true. That's so true. Because when AJ was going down the list, that was cracking me up. He's like, "You quit, you quit WWE, you quit Ring of Honor, you quit." This. I was like, "Dang, I forgot Ring of Honor." Like she, that was, he was
He
the
said,
way
"Yeah."
he said it was so funny to me.
So you left, quit WWE, quit New Japan, quit Ring of Honor. Then you went and started the other place and quit that too. And I'm like,
I
dang, you can't even say it. And then
I know.
Cody went and said about my friends and I started another company and I left for something bigger. I'm like, dang, Cody, now you're taking digs at it. Like,
That's what I said too. I'm like the fact that he basically admitted that yeah, what I started wasn't that great, so I left. I'm like, dang, that was like a self own and a dig at them at the same time. Like, geez.
because he went on to say, I'm not afraid to leave for something bigger. I'm like, okay, dang.
Ouch.
And then I saw on Twitter, Brandy tweeted out that it was like 18 from that when it was live, and she said, I quit all those places too.
We know, baby. We know. We were there. We saw it. We saw it. I think it is interesting though that they'll say everything but AEW. And you know Tony
Yeah,
Khan is somewhere sitting there like they said everybody's name but they
that's like when Ethan Page came out on NXT, and Vic Joseph said, "Isn't he from AE?" And then stopped.
Oh man, they got yeah. I also think it's interesting too that they 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 I feel like they could have done that promo sooner, because we were saying that they didn't really give you any inkling of an idea
Yeah,
to think that Cody would lose at all until
yeah,
last night. You know, like
yeah,
that was their first time admitting that, hey, it wouldn't be that far fetched for him to say I quit, because he's quit everywhere else. I feel like they should have given us that energy a little sooner.
yeah.
Okay,
AJ
yeah,
has official.
I'm at the part where they're in the crowd. They're kind it's kind of dark over here. They need a light. Kind of hard to see. Give me just one sec. I'm gonna go mute for just 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, other than Kevin Owens, I can't think of who Cody would have as a Cody vendor there in Scotland. Because I mean,
True.
AJ has the OC, but it's like,
Or I've thought about. You're right. Someone else said it. I can't remember. I think it was Tati that was like, he doesn't have any friends anymore. I'm like, that's true. Uh, he doesn't really have many friends. But oh man, AJ has the cord, like the power cord around Cody's neck. I think that I maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we're gonna see someone come back. Maybe not during this match, but somewhere in this show, I feel like Jimmy may come back. Someone we haven't seen in a while is gonna come back. I feel like I hear a black hoodie being zipped up. Do you hear it? I feel like somebody's gonna pop up. Like Randy Orton popped up last night. Like I just have a
yeah,
feeling somebody's gonna pop up.
AJ just knee dropped onto a chair that was around Cody's neck, and now he has a kendo stick.
Hey,
So
this is
so
the
far,
match.
this is all phenomenal. The phenomenal one.
Yeah, this is the match I feel like we should have gotten in France. I know a lot of people thought that match was so great. I was not. I was underwhelmed.
The
This is
crowd
good.
made it more than what the match itself. Uh,
Bingo. That's exact. The crowd was better than the match.
from
Absolutely.
mixed with the production being so much better than what it has been. The ring was bouncing when they showed AJ in his introduction, and he's just standing there. I don't know how he was locked in not acknowledging the crowd and just taking that moment. I'm sure he was taking it in, but
He did. He is. He's a better heel. I don't think he gets enough credit for being such a good heel. Because yeah, he
yes,
kept a straight face. When I at first, watching from home, I was like, "What's up with the cameraman?" And then you realize you're like, "Oh, dude, that's actually the stadium is shaking," which is insane. That's crazy. Oh, I see the figure four lock now. This takes me back. This figure four lock takes me back to when him and Roman were doing this during their first bout was at 39 WrestleMania 39.
yeah, yep. AJ has a belt now.
Uh oh. Okay, I gotta
You know,
go eat.
MJF is somewhere smiling because Cody's getting his lashings.
Oh man, I will give it to Cody. I said it once, I'll say it again. I will give it to him. He is not afraid of getting his hands dirty. He's not
Yep.
like a pretty boy wrestler. He will bleed. He will get whipped like a government mule. He is good at getting beat down. He does sell. I do think that's something he has really going for him, because that's been like a critique of like Brock Lesnar, for example. I don't feel like
Yeah.
he really sells. You can throw him through a brick wall and he's like popping back up.
Yeah, this has been all AJ Styles right now, which I mean it makes sense because if it, depending on what he's going to do next, everyone is
Uh huh. Yep.
questioning what he's going to do. Now that they're partnered and working with TNA, could he go to TNA and
Mhm.
have a run there? Which
That's true. Yeah, that one kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like I'm like, okay, okay, TNA. And did you
and
hear that they're also partnered with Marigold, like the women's?
yes,
I
yes.
thought that was pretty cool with EO
E-
Sky. I
uh,
think
yep,
it's cool,
Io
or is it
Sky is
Kyrie
going over
Sane?
there.
Yeah, there you go.
Io
I was like,
Sky,
that's pretty
yep, is
cool.
going over there. And Jeff Hardy came back to at TNA last night.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Oh, I heard it was speculated. Oh, Jeff. I feel like the Hardys are like first of all I love them because they're them and
Yeah.
they're legends and they're also from North Carolina. I
Yes.
love me some Jeff and Matt, but I feel similarly about them as I've said like a lot of the OGs, like especially Jeff. I am so worried for his health
He
because
looks great.
oh he looked good last night.
He looks so good. He
Oh
looks great.
good. Okay,
Very,
that's good.
very, very good. Um,
Oh good.
it,
That's good.
and it was
That's good.
crazy because his contract expired, I think Friday, um, or maybe Thursday it was. Sean Ross Sapp had reported it and said he was a free agent as of, I think it was what, maybe between Wednesday and Friday, and then he shows up at TNA on Friday. So
It's not messing
maybe that's
around.
the Hardys can come back into WWE because I mean they're still, like Matt Hardy said, he's a free agent. He's just working on appearance base. So
Mm,
AJ has handcuffs and a chain.
Jesus. Okay, I'm just at the part where Cody's busted open now. 14 hours later.
Anyway,
I
yeah, what
do
is up
like
with Peacock now?
I know, right? I do like that okay, that's good to hear cuz I was worried cuz the last couple matches that Jeff had in AEW, I was like, "Oh no, he was falling." And I'm a health first fan that
Yeah,
like especially for a legend, I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to see him go out like this." So that's good that he looked great. I'm glad to hear that.
he took his once his music hit. This is just from a clip I saw from another wrestling account that they do watch longs for TNA and whatnot, and his music hit and the girl, she was like, I don't see him, is it actually him? And then they showed him on the stage and he had a chair and he was just taking his good old time. And then the guy that was doing it said, yep, he's taking his good old time as usual. Matt's in there getting his ass kicked and Jeff is just
He does.
taking
I
his
think that's so funny that they like lean into it. That yeah, he'll let Matt get Molly Walk for a while. Like, okay, I'm coming, brother.
Mama Rhodes just smacked AJ Styles.
Oh
Oh, she's
shoot!
smacking him again.
I was thinking the same thing too about who was getting on Monday when Ron Breaker was dismantling Ricochet. Like
Yes.
he beat him up for a good 5 minutes before like the referees come out and they're like, "Oh, leave him alone." I'm like, "You let him put him through a windshield and then you're like, "Oh no, this is too much."
Yeah, you guys took your good old time making your way through the arena to get out back into the parking lot and then did what? You got there at the end and said, Ron, why would you do that? Like,
Oh no, you leave him alone. Like as Ron is already sitting there tired out from beating on him. Yeah, this
AJ
has
has
definitely been AJ.
the chain on his elbow.
Oh man. Yep, AJ is,
And
I mean, I see Cody on all fours over here looking tired.
oh, Cody threw the chair right at AJ as he was on the top rope, and AJ fell and rolled right through the table that he had set up. AJ
Um,
is laying there. This is Cody's moment to turn it around.
whoop. I'm hearing FU AJ chants. Oh dear. Oh, my poor ears. Cover your ears, Mariah. Nothing. Never mind. When they're like, I love it when little kids, like they don't even really know till you point it out. They're like, "What? Nothing. Never mind. Don't repeat it. Just don't say. Just don't
Forget I
repeat
said it. It's
it."
okay.
Right. Never mind. Nothing. What they say? Nothing. Nothing.
Cody's made his way to get the key for the handcuffs as AJ is still, I'm sure, lying there.
Hey, everybody. I just want to say, hello, everybody in on the stream. Don't be shy. Say hello. Maybe you guys can say like what state you're from. Like, don't give your address or anything. Like, say what
Yeah.
state you're from so we can see
Yeah,
who all is here
check
with
in.
us. That's right.
Check in.
See, we got Nigeria. Who else we have here?
I know Keenan is from South Carolina, so he's close to you.
Okay.
Mitch
Carolinas,
is
hello.
Mitch's Jersey, and then let's see, RB from
Oh, Lafayette,
Yep,
Indiana. Okay.
yep.
Hey.
Now Cody's alive. Just hit a Cody cutter.
Yeah, I just saw a disaster kick. Every time I see Dustin wrestle, I'm reminded that they use pretty much the exact same move set.
Yeah.
The cutter, the crossroads, the disaster
Yep.
kick. It just looks so different because Dustin is so much taller and bigger than Cody.
Yeah. It. Yeah. It. 53 and he's still moving like he does.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I would definitely give him credit for that. He moves so better than he did 10, 15 years ago, which is insane.
Cody just hit 2 crossroads on AJ.
Oh, my least favorite finishing move in wrestling. I hate that move so much. He's just flipping you over fast. That's it.
He's lining up for another one.
Remember when Roman did it on him at WrestleMania? He was like, "Man, that move don't hurt nobody." I hate that move.
He just hit his third crossroads onto a chair. AJ is lying lifeless over the Prime logo. Cody's got the chair.
Okay, I see. I'm just at where the chair is just getting introduced.
Oh,
Dang, I've never seen such a serious lag. Jeez, Peacock.
I know you have to refresh it after this one ends.
I know, right?
And it's crazy because I'm so my setup right now. I have my TV above me, so I'd have to look up like this. And I know Earl had asked if that's what I was doing the other night, and I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Doesn't your neck hurt?" And I'm like, "Well, now that you say it, yeah, it kind of does." So I have my iPad up. I've never watched from Peacock on my iPad, so maybe that's what it is. Because I know it's
Oh, maybe it
it's different
is.
with whenever you have open on a on Chrome or on your TV, and then even watching from like a PlayStation or Xbox, there's serious lag, but I don't know if that's what it is or
That
what. But
I'm thinking it might be because you're right about that. I'm watching from my TV, and I have had them on like from my phone on the app versus the TV, and the phone
yeah,
was ahead, so that might be part of it.
so now AJ has the handcuff on him. Cody just took the chair to his knee. The ref with the
Ooh.
microphone in his face. That's also funny that like he's writhing in pain, holding his knee, and the ref is just concerned with holding the microphone in his face.
These matches, it's like they're just funny for no reason. The nature is so funny. Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's
He's getting.
here.
Oh, hey, Wesley. Thank
Hi,
you. We
Nikki
acknowledge you as
Hartley.
well. We acknowledge you as well. Thank you for being here. I see what you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's getting beat over the back with a kendo stick.
Cody's now walking around the ring with the steps, through the steps into the ring. He really is going full Homelander. Maybe this is
Hmm.
oh. So AJ just quit with Cody holding the steps above his head, like, and AJ was back into the ring in the turnbuckle with the handcuff, so he wouldn't be able to get out of the way.
Oh,
Cody,
dang. So he already did it. Okay.
yep,
Yeah, I get that
yep.
far.
So
So that
Cody's
sounds kind of like how they did it with remember Edge and Christian Cage?
yeah,
He was gonna put that barbed wire covered like he was about to hit his crotch and he was like, "Ah!"
yeah.
Was it like covered? No, it was covered in nails. That's what it was. It was like a stick covered in nails, like a
Yeah,
medieval torture device
yeah.
or something. Yeah, he's beating him with the belt like a disrespectful child.
Cody ended up I don't know if he threw the steps at him or if I looked away and then looked back over and I saw it. But now Cody is standing there on the steps holding the title up as they zoom out. So
Mm.
that was a solid opening match. I will say that. That was it made sense that Cody was getting beat for as long as what he did, and then the moment that it switched. I don't know what. I mean, there.
I'm surprised that they actually had him to say it. I thought that they were going to find some way to avoid
Yeah,
anyone actually saying the words.
yeah. No, I mean AJ. I mean he was in the corner there, and he flipped that switch and was able to just show the emotion and saying I quit, I quit, I quit, Cody, I quit.
Mhm.
Which is kind of crazy to since he's the heel and had done the heel
Right.
turn the way he did it, and
Interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting booking choice.
if they were going to make him use that emotion there and kind of make you feel for him, why wouldn't they have Cody then throw the step like right at him, or do the turn for Cody as well?
Yep. Yep. I agree. What did he just throw? What did he just throw at him? Oh, he threw a water bottle at him. Can we
Yeah, so
just talk about how ripped AJ is during this match? He is like 2% body fat right now.
it's like when he came back, and I mean it.
He gets leaner every week. Okay, yeah, I am so behind because we're just now getting to the handcuffs. What do you see?
Cody's walking around the ring. He just hugged Mama Rhodes, and now he's walking back.
Okay.
Walked by the table there. You'll have time to refresh it once it ends because it. I mean, they did have some pretty crazy spots. So there's carnage on the ringside, and you'll have a chance to refresh it. So
Okay, JR. The carnage bodies. That's a human being.
oh.
I'm gonna
Since you're almost
refresh it real quick, y'all.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
listening.
yeah. Yep. Since
I'm,
you're almost there and you're gonna refresh it anyway, I won't say what I'm seeing right now.
okay, hold on just 1 second. Aha! Now, what did I tell you? The
Yep, yep,
bloodline. What did
yep,
I tell
yep,
you? What I
yep,
so now we're up to. I told you. I told
yep,
you. I knew
yep,
it. I'm
yep.
so good. Can you just acknowledge me real quick? Just real quick.
Yeah,
Just real
of course.
quick. Thank you. Thank you. Just real quick. Just real quick. That's it. I won't rub. Just I just knew it. I knew it. I felt it. I could hear those Samoan feet running to the ring.
And then
Well,
yep, and then of course then did you see who else came out?
oh, I see KO. I see.
Yep. I love how they played Randy's music and Randy's graphic, but KO came running out first.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay. So what do you see on your screen now?
So they just went to black and now they're playing the WWE shop commercial. So
Okay. I think I'm a little bit more caught up.
okay.
I think. I hope.
Yeah. So that was a good opener. So that
Yeah, I'm
kind
a
of
little bit less
heats up,
behind.
and we're finally getting those seeds planted, like we said. So I mean, now you got to think maybe they could do the 6-man tag at Money in the Bank, and then depending on where they go from everyone else that will be involved in SummerSlam, you could do a couple different things.
Yep. I definitely see a
That was
6-man tag
solid opener.
because that would be a good way. That could be a nice segue to Roman popping in somehow.
That's what I think too. I like you said last night on the Bloodline Effect. Shout out to your new show, and did a
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
you
you.
said, Roman could come back before he was scheduled for the SmackDown before SummerSlam, but now he's He's not being promoted for that show anymore. So, oh, they're showing an ad for Prime X. So I will.
Hold on, wait a minute. I do have one thing. I'll be right back. I do have something to say.
Wesley, if you're still here, thank you for shouting us out on Twitter. We're also live on both of our Twitter accounts, Slam Host Martina and SSM Weetosh. That mine and Martina's. So hopefully, okay, we got 5 people joining us on Team Facebook, as we should. If you're oh,
I do have a Prime hydration. Sorry, the
let's
virtual
go.
screen is yeah.
Yep,
There we
and
go.
it's blue. It's blue
It's
for our colors over in Glasgow right now. That's awesome.
yes, yes. This I'm out of the energy drinks, but I do have the hydration. It's good, y'all. It's good. Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. We got yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for everybody that's here from various places. Facebook, not TikTok. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm a little bit less behind you because I'm at this is what a Honda commercial, something for the Telluride.
I'm
Yeah, so
seeing. Not sure what commercial they showed this commercial earlier. Um, oh, American Home Shield. That's the commercial that I'm seeing. Oh, now I'm seeing Toyota. So
okay, man, American Home Shield. I'd never even heard of them. They've got some serious coin because they have commercials every 2 seconds these days during WWE.
I haven't noticed them before until well they showed this one a couple of times.
This and Wheatley, something
Hmm.
Wheatley vodka. Had never even heard of that before.
Yes.
Okay, all right, Wheatley.
Yep. Now I'm seeing the vodka one.
Okay,
So I wonder what match they're going to do next. I'm sure they'll show the preview for the match they're going to do. They're going to do next.
hmm
But they're
I am curious to see what's going to be next.
going to say maybe I think you do Piper and Bailey as the co-main to give Piper her chance.
Yeah, I like Piper. I feel like she definitely deserves a title run, but I don't think she's going to get it this tonight
Yeah,
or today.
not right now. The build the way they did it was like I was saying on Thursday with Earl and Mac and Sarah. It was a baby build. You just had her attack Bailey a couple of times. Like
Yeah,
it was
baby
a baby
Bill.
build to say, hey, we're doing the show in Scotland. We'll give you your hometown show. It's actually Bailey's birthday today, so
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, happy birthday, Bailey.
yeah, happy birthday, champ.
I
I
do.
was watching the end of the kickoff show or a little bit of it, and Kathy Kelly was interviewing Bailey, and she said, Michael, I'm going to throw it back to you, but I figured I'll let Bailey do the honors." And then she said, "Back to you, Michael Cole, you idiot."
I can hear her saying that too. I do feel like they're slowly teasing a Chelsea Green turn on Piper, very subtly. How she
Yes,
noticed she kept saying, "We are going to win." I'm like,
yeah,
not you, not Piper. We
yeah. Who's we, as Heyman said.
right. Hey, who is we? Oh yeah, this is a promo for WrestleMania 41.
Yep, yep.
I something speaking of like they're showing the recaps from WrestleMania 40. I think something they're gonna have to do to top or spice things up. Because in my opinion, I think that the production and the overall audio and the fireworks and all that stuff that was top tier. Like that was stupendous. I don't think they could. outdo themselves on that, but they could definitely have some better celebrity appearances or music performances. All
Yeah,
because the ones this year, I'm like, there are other people in the world besides Snoop Dogg. I don't know if they know that there's other
yeah.
celebrities besides Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne. Like, there's other people.
And they had said uh Meek Mill was going to make an appearance. I don't remember seeing him actually make an appearance.
He didn't. He just had like a vignette or like a video package of some
Oh,
kind.
that's right. He did the intro. Yeah, I thought he was going to go and perform like they did at 39 during the Usos entrance.
I think so too. And then I'm wondering, did they decide not to do it because, at that time that was like the height of like Diddy drama, and he's definitely caught up in that. Because I
Oh,
was
that's
seeing people in the comments like, "Don't do it." People are going to be chanting about Diddy, and they got enough drama of their own with
yeah,
Vince and other things that they might have
yeah.
just been like, let's just, you know,
That's true. That is true. So it looks
that
like
might
they're
not have
doing.
been their reason, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense in the way they had probably had to deal with them to do the intro, and then that was it, and that's all they did. So they are doing the tag titles next. So Alba Fire
Okay.
and Isla Dawn are making their way out right now.
Okay, we're not that far behind because yeah, I see their music dropped. I'm a little disappointed that they are not as like spooky as they were on NXT. They
Yeah,
were super spooky. I mean, they still got that element, but I felt like it was a little bit more dramatic. That I actually liked that about them. It was more Undertaker like.
London's tapping in. Hey guys, tapping in from our stream. Hope you all having a great stream so far. Thank you, London. We appreciate it.
Hey, hey.
Hope you guys are killing it as well. I just jumped in and was commenting on the team YouTube's stream.
Oh, I'll have to poke over there too.
Yeah, we were just talking about this Isla Dawn and how they kind of were on SmackDown, then they went away. They came up to SmackDown as the NXT tag champs, and then they unified them, and then you haven't really seen much from them since.
I'm
Besides
sorry.
whenever they so they were on they were the NXT, they came up to the main roster as the NXT tag champs, and then they
Mm-hmm.
unified the titles, and it's like why'd they unify them if they just made those NXT women's tag titles, and then they
Mm-hmm.
haven't done anything since. Then you come back and everyone winning the tag titles is getting hurt, so they said we're cursing them, and then they go away for a while. So they tuned into that, like you said, the spooky side, the witchy um, style characters, and then that was it.
Yep. Yep. That's true. Why are they having Zoe and Shayna to come out like this? Like Shayna's 5 feet ahead of Zoe. So
Yeah.
they're not even walking side by side.
Now they're on the ring, the top of the rope there. They did their thing, their logos.
Hmm. Yeah, they're right. Hand configurations.
Yeah. Now we await the tag champs. I don't see this one anyone taking the titles off of Jade and Bianca anytime soon. Not a
Oh
chance.
no,
You
no, they
can't.
gotta. They gotta hold that out. They've got to get closer to WrestleMania because we all know that they are gunning for Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania. So they gotta hold out a little longer. And they're very over. They definitely help to bring in some more new fans because Jade and
Yeah.
Bianca have a lot of crossover appeal. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been out and about and I'll see a girl with like a long ponytail, and me being the type of girl I'm like, oh girl, I love your hair. Do you know who Bianca Belair is? And I've had many girls, oh yeah, that's where I got it from. They have a
Yeah.
lot of appeal, so they're not gonna cut that money train off anytime soon.
Yes. Yeah, Jade just made her way out. She looks like an absolute star, so I can't wait. I'm so glad they have gold on her, and then eventually WrestleMania, she gets her. I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah,
ready
me
for it.
too. Oh yeah, Jade looks great. I love her new hair. I love it. Bianca is so extremely talented because she makes
Yes.
all her own gear by hand without even patterns or anything. I've seen videos of her. She's not even using a pattern. She just does it just off the cuff, which is incredibly. She's so talented.
It's awesome. She is definitely the. I know everyone says that she won't turn. They won't turn her heel because she's like John Cena and the kids and whatnot. But her as a heel would be money.
I know that's what I said. I would love to, and I agree that they probably won't, but just like my fantasy booking, I would love to see her be healed just for a little bit, not
Yeah,
forever, because
yeah.
she is a natural face. But I do think it would be fun to see it just for a little bit.
Jessica Carr is the ref for this one. Wes is multitasking, watching yours, watch along in the PLE at the same time. No, that's phenomenal. Thank you, Wes. We do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
And along with you, we got 6 people watching from the network's Facebook. So that's awesome. Hopefully they can check in. I know we've seen Keenan, Mitch, and Williams. I will say from Nigeria, all checked in. So
Oh
and
yeah.
Carter. So we do appreciate that all.
Oh yeah. See, we got 27 people from my Twitter. Hey
Yep,
all. Say
yep,
hey. Say hey guys cuz honestly, we don't know who you are unless you say something. We see
yeah.
numbers but we don't see names. So, say hello so we can acknowledge you.
Bianca and
What
Shayna are in right now. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what is the song that they are singing? They were singing this in France when they're like, what
Yeah,
are the words? Is this just like a European song that we don't know about?
it must be. It must be like the soccer chants or something. Because
Oh,
I
I
know
hadn't thought about that.
The Bailey song I do know. Oh,
Oh, hey, Brooke. Hey, girl. Hey. I love it when moots tap in. I love it. Hey, hey.
that's the first time I've seen a comment from Twitter pop up on StreamYard's chat. I know.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, that's awesome. Definitely.
Yes.
I have my Twitter connected too, but I think there's four. Yeah, four. So if whoever's watching on my Twitter, jump in as well and
Yes,
leave a
please
comment.
do. Yes,
Tag
yes.
in just like be Jay just tagged in.
They've got I will say about this match, I said it before, but I will say it again. Oh, I just realized that Jay, those aren't I thought those were sunglasses. Those aren't sunglasses. That's just her paint.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. She's a
It
big
look
like anime cosplay girly, so I
mm,
love how she does these different unique looks.
yes. It looks great. It looks like I don't know if you have you watched the show The 100.
I have not, but I will go look this up.
It's really good. But so it's to explain it. It's there's the people are living in space, and then they have to send 100 troubled kids, like the kids like in juvie. Essentially, they send them to Earth 100 years after the Earth is the nukes go off and everything. So they have to send them back to Earth to see if they can go back.
Hmm.
And um, eventually, it breaks into everyone grouping together, and they have wars and that type of stuff. And the one character that gets its center around, she becomes a leader and has the paint, and it looks just like what Jade has. So she looks
Ah,
fantastic. But it
that's awesome.
yeah, no, it's a very 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 good show. Definitely, it's a one of the CW shows, so it's mixed in with
Hmm.
like Supergirl, and it was on during that, The Flash, and all those. But it's on Netflix, and it's a very good show.
That's awesome. I'll have to go look that up.
It's a very very good show.
Oh, oh man, she's got the two. She did the double suplex
Yeah, and then they kept up.
with the kip. I love a good kip up. I'm a sucker for a kip up. Love it. I feel like when if I can do a kip up myself, you're literally not going to be able to tell me anything. Like nose in the air, unstoppable. I am an Olympian. Can't tell me anything.
What, Jade? No.
I will say, even though as much as I love Bianca and Jade, I said this before, but I love them as champions. I think it's good for business. I would also like to see Shayna and Zoe get their moment too, because
Yeah,
they're both very good as well. And I hated seeing Shayna lose at Battleground. I was rooting for her. I wanted her to win. But I know
Yeah,
why. I get why they stopped the match because when her head, did you see that when her head hit those steps? That I was worried. I was like, that didn't look good.
I didn't see that part. Um, I know that she didn't want, like, she was like why are we stopping it? I don't know if that was just part of her selling, or if that was like a she was good because the ref ended up stopping it. She didn't
Yeah,
quit or anything like that. So
yeah. I gathered because I had looked away for a little bit, and then when I tuned in that that's what was happening. I gathered that they were stopping it because Shayna, like, she stumbled, not even being touched, like she stumbled on her own accord and hit her head
okay,
on the steps, like directly head on,
okay,
and then she was like laid out for a minute. And I don't know, like you said, I don't know if it's storyline or not, but they were making it seem as though she might be concussed because they're like, man, she
right,
doesn't know where she is right now, and then they
yeah,
stopped it. But it did look nasty though, because she like
yeah.
directly head to steel steps. Look bad.
And she's okay, or no concussion, thankfully, because she wouldn't be wrestling, in this match right now. So that is good. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, Shayna definitely deserves a moment. That's for sure.
She does. Because the
Rest,
last time she held gold was with Ronda, and we know how that ended. So,
yeah, exactly. And Ronda loves to just run her mouth on WWE now that she's not there anymore. And she went to say,
oh,
I wanted to come in, do my thing, but and then end with putting over Shayna or whatever. And it's like, okay, well then if that's all you wanted to do, stop running your mouth now that you're not there.
oh,
Um,
Ronda. Her team hates her. Because why would they not like be like, no, let's stop tweeting,
uh,
let's stop talking in
yeah,
interviews.
stop
She needs
stop
to.
doing these interviews and talking about WWE. You're not there anymore. Like, why? What are we doing?
She doesn't need to. That's why I'm
Yeah,
I'm like I'm not understanding why she is doing that. She doesn't need to speak badly
yeah.
about them. I don't understand.
And then she popped up in ROH for a minute,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden was just done.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Maybe it wasn't. Was it ROH? I think it was. I want to say it was ROH. This was like right after she left WWE.
Hmm. I didn't
It
even
was
know
like
that.
it was like maybe a one off. It was, yeah, because there was question about her, going and joining AEW, and then like within the next 3 or 4 interviews that she did, no, I'm just done with wrestling. And then she continued to you know talk the way she's talked
About
about
it.
WWE.
Yeah. I honestly think at this point in her career, she I'm no athletic manager or anything, but I feel like from how I saw people saying like, man, Ronda has managed to turn two fandoms against her, like UFC fandom against her, WWE fandom against her. I think this would be a perfect pivot in her career. Since she is a wife and a mom now, she should like just pivot into like family content or something, because
Yeah,
clearly you got beef with a lot of people, and you know what all celebrities do when they're done with one area, just go to something new, like just lean into
exactly.
that or coach or something, because I don't think she actually really likes performing anymore.
Yeah, which sucks because it's like her name. I mean, they brought her in, big name and everything like that, and they did that before the TKO merger. So it's like, imagine what they could do now and use her
I
for both,
know. Isn't
and
that crazy? I
yeah.
definitely thought about that. I'm like, oh, you should have held on, sis. Should have held on.
Hey Tati, how's it going?
Hey, girl. It is crazy, now that there's been so many, over the years, the MMA wrestling crossovers like
Yep.
Riddle and CM Punk and Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, some others I'm probably forgetting. That
Sonya
it does
Deville.
seem, yeah, there you go. It does
I
seem
mean,
like that would be a dream.
her and Shayna, they had the final match they had. It was just anything goes or something like that, but it wasn't really like they could have done an underground match for those two and could have been fantastic. I mean,
Yep,
it just the
that's
timing
true.
never worked out. I think.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Lacey
Josh,
Monk Sports.
Josh jumping in from Twitter. Thank you. We
Hey
appreciate that.
guys, thank y'all for being here. And maybe, guys, well, number one, don't forget, if you can, please like on your way in. Come in, like. Don't forget to subscribe to Hardcore Sports Network.
Yep.
subscribe to Sleeper Sports Media, and
Yep.
subscribe to Martina Talks Wrestling.
Absolutely. Hit on the important stuff.
You're right.
Yeah, Shayna, I mean, she's been doing so good and deserves so much more than what she's been doing in the tag teams and then getting into the singles matches that she gets into and then always loses. Like it's
Uh,
another Natalia. I mean it.
Very much so. And I don't like it because once again, I'm very big on like consistency. Like you can't market her as like limb for limb and she's a beast and she's a monster and she'll just tear you apart. And then you always have her to lose. Let the woman win.
It's just like the last time she was a threat to anyone. It was when she lost to Becky and Rue at WrestleMania 37, 30, or 36. Yeah, it was
And that says a
during the
lot.
pandemic
Yep.
when
That's
when Becky was actually was pregnant, so she Rue is a champion. But
you're a
Shayna should have
fool.
won.
I just realized what you're talking about. She was born a champion.
Literally. Shayna should have won that though, and Becky even says that in her book that she wanted to put Shayna over.
Yeah, I will say that I can't help but to wonder how much of that is because okay, not to be shady, but we all know years later, as a millennial wrestling fan, we all know we have the things we're being told now versus the things that come out 20-30 years later. I am
Yeah,
very curious to see how much of this is fact versus fiction, like because she
yeah,
also says in her book that she did not want to do the like 26-second smash over Bianca. And I'm curious, years from now, we'll find out. Like, is that really true? Is that really? Because
yeah,
look at now, we got the who killed WCW. We know
yeah,
decades later the truth really comes out on how things
yeah,
really went down. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I don't know. I mean, Becky is one of my favorites because that's who got me into actually watching. I remember whenever I was scrolling on Twitter, it was right after the whole after the invasion and Nia punched her and I saw her bloodied up on Twitter. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I looked and got more into it. Her and Seth both are the first favorites that I had and my favorites still to this day. So I'm a Becky fan. So I don't know. She just seems like, why would she have a reason to say this if that's not how it was? It seems like she doesn't do that the back and forth and whatnot. And I mean, it ended up working out for Bianca and for her. So it is what it is.
That's true. That's interesting. I am kind of the opposite. I am not a Becky fan. Um, I don't really, and it's not that I dislike her as a person. I feel like she. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they just did their move. Sorry. I got Bianca and Jay just did that. They need to give that move a name. That crazy move where they like so much going on. Like,
They
oh, what?
it, it,
Oh, did you see that? Oh my gosh!
they actually did it.
They did it.
They actually did it.
Ooh, okay. They swerved us.
They
They
actually
swerved
did
us.
it.
Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, but I
And
didn't think
new.
they were gonna do it. Oh, they
And
did it.
new.
Oh shoot, y'all.
I
Okay.
have chills.
Ooh, I did
I have
not
chills.
look
I
at
just I
Jade and Bianca's faces. I honestly, it looks like they didn't know either. Either that or they're doing some A1 acting right now. Holy crap! I didn't think they were gonna actually pull the trigger on that.
Bianca went in.
Interesting.
They did their move, tossed Shayna to the back, and
Dang.
then Jade took the suplex.
Okay.
Jade took the suplex,
Wow.
and then she pinned Shayna. That's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy. Jade had her ankles held. Is what the um I have the subtitles on because I have my iPad on mute so the sound doesn't pop up. That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Wow. Look at Jade and Miyaka's faces. Even they honestly, they look. Does anyone see what I see? Their faces look like what the. I did not. But yeah, but we I do have to say, what did we say? They didn't get the pin because they did keep saying like, oh, they don't have to get pinned to lose. They don't have to get pinned to
Right,
lose. That's the
right,
whole
right.
nature of a triple threat that they. Interesting. Okay. Well, well, well. Bailey Piper Niven. Is Bailey going down? Bailey might go down then. Well, well, well. Okay. Paul Levesque. Okay. Well, well, well.
You know it's a new era whenever we got talent winning in their home countries or home states.
I know, right? Because I feel like I can't help but think I feel like Vince took pleasure in making sure you lost in your hometown in the
Alexa
worst way
Bliss,
possible.
Alexa Bliss and Charlotte and Columbus at the what was it? Extreme Rules 2021, I think.
In the most, or Sami Zayn in Canada, like we're not only are you going to lose, you're going to get completely humiliated in your home country. Oh dang. Side note, real quick, Wes. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the Bloodline Effect. Oh wow. I just want you to know I didn't. I'm not ignoring you. Wow, I am really surprised. I did not think they were going to do it. Well, well, well. Their gear is cute. Okay, all right, girls. Well, that really makes them look strong too, because they beat two more experienced teams,
Yeah,
Shayna and Zoe
yeah,
and Jade and Bianca. They're fresh up from NXT. Interesting.
that's
What do y'all
crazy.
think in the chat? 48 friends. What do y'all think? Are y'all as shook as we are?
I can't imagine what Earl and the YouTube stream. Oh man, that is
Very
just
interesting. But you know, I always say that they are very good at something that WWE does very, very well because we know they're in the comments.
yep,
They've got their
yep,
burner accounts. They're
yep,
reading. They're on the same internet that we're on.
yep,
They do a good job of swerving us. Just when we think we know exactly what they're going to do, they're like, go a different direction. Swerve them.
yep,
Swerve.
yep.
It worked this
That
time.
that one got me. I will say that. I will say that
Yeah.
that got me.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming at all. It makes me wonder, like when they pull the trigger on that, because yeah, Jade and Bianca's faces, they look just as surprised as we are. Interesting.
And
Well,
maybe they were doing that because like it popped up on the subtitles and said Jade the I don't know I don't know who got the pin and who was out, but she her ankles were being held so she couldn't get over to break up the pin. But it
who
makes
was
sense. It protects them.
who was holding Jade's ankles?
I think Isla Dawn got the pin, so it was Alba
Okay.
Fire that was holding her
Okay.
ankles. But it, like you said, it does protect them in the sense of okay, they didn't lose.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they protect them that you can continue the feud of these two and Jade and Beyond. It's like whenever Roman and Sammy lost to Cena in that
That's
tag.
what
I didn't lose.
I
You lost.
lose. You lost. You took the words out of my mouth. I was just gonna say, no, no, no. I didn't lose anything. You lost.
Who's we?
Right. Right.
Oh
Right.
man, but yeah, I mean, like you were saying, like the everything about the Bloodline saga, up to where we're at now with Roman, it just what cracks me up is every time I see clips of when they're in the locker room and Jimmy comes in and jumps on the couch and says, "Man, I'm on the injured reserve list. Injured reserve list. I can't do nothing." And Roman, what'd you say? I'm
Well,
off
no,
the injured
what?
reserve list. I can do something. And just it
They
there
are
won't ever
so
be
funny.
there won't ever be anyone else like that
My
no
eyes
other
are
group
watering.
that's going to do that.
Oh
And look at that.
no.
As I mentioned, and we start talking about Roman, and we get more and more people. Just got to 51 people watching now.
Yes, we did. You're exactly right. That the thing that I feel like one of the many things about the bloodline that is so unique. Not many factions or people in general can be equal parts devastating, lay people out, absolutely decimate people,
Yes.
but at other segments be full on comedians, like absolutely hilarious. Like that. Not many people can be devastating and hilarious at the same time. But you're right.
The amount of
I've seen.
times that that Sami Zayn got them to break character, and Jimmy was
Jay
had to
is
do
always
this,
fighting for his life, like hiding. They
or
are
even
so
when The
funny.
Rock came out was talking about Solo and said Solo can sing the national anthem, and you might not know it, but that's his happy face, and Solo is just fighting that smile. I mean,
I
it just
know. Oh,
it's
absolutely.
so
That
good.
that a similar segment when Roman, like similar, like Jay is Jimmy is on the couch and Roman's there. He's like, "Man, you over here sitting on my couch drinking my
Drinking my
water," and
water.
Jimmy's like, "They're fools." That
Uh,
segment, I think about that one all the time. Like, I'm on the injured reserve list. You on the what? I'm off the injured reserve list. I could do so.
or whenever, like I said in the comments, touchdown bloodline, and Jimmy screams it, and Heyman's like, ah, it just
Oh, Paul
there was
Heyman.
nothing better than coming home on a Friday night and thinking, what antics are we going to see with the bloodline tonight?
And antics is right. And you know what? Now that you're saying that too, I think that's something that they don't officially have a name, so I'm just going to keep calling them New Bloodline or Bloodline 2.0. They are not funny. They're not
They're
humorous. They're killers. They're
besides
savages.
besides Tomatonga and his gremlin clip that went around for how long, and you can run with the memes for that, but it's like, what, I mean, they're just, and the way they make Heyman fear for his life, I mean,
Oh my
that's great.
gosh. Yeah, he Paul Heyman, he is so good at his job. Oh my gosh, they're unintentionally funny. You're absolutely right. Like those gremlin noises. When I saw it live, I knew, some things you just see, you're like, oh, this they're currently making this into a meme right now. You can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it coming. Thanks, hun. Yeah, okay, here comes who is this? Otis?
Gable and the Alpha Academy. So there going to be any shenanigans and antics with this one. The Alpha Academy turning on Gable, walking away, leaving him there. Gable rocking the Minnesota colors.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-time tag team champion, has never won a singles title in the WWE.
He deserves it.
Oh, without a doubt. He had
And
said
once
on
again,
Gorilla
oh yeah, for what you said, that's right. I forgot. Yep, you said that.
he said on Gorilla Position, he was just talking about how his career trajectory changed when Triple H took over, which is probably what led to him, extending or re-signing. I still don't know what exactly, if it's he re-signed long term or just extended it through. I guess we'll see with what happens here, because
Yes, we will. Look, oh, okay. I see. Maxine's got the Pam Anderson in the '90s look with the furry hat and the black. I don't know if I'm probably dating myself, but that's definitely what that's homage to. Got to be. Tell me I'm not the only one who noticed that, please. Someone
I
else let
did
me
see
know.
the hat. I was born in '98, so I don't.
Oh Lord. Are there
I
any other elder millennials that know what I'm talking about? If I'm like back in my day, I remember.
So they're showing a crowd meter. It just hit 105.
I love that they have that going now. That's so cool.
Whenever we did our predictions on the wrestling experience, I was I was like mixed with who I wanted to win this one, and now I'm leaning more towards Gable. I think
Oh
Gable.
yeah.
I think Gable.
Oh yeah. I'm as Sami Zayn. I have to preface this by saying, I feel like whenever you're gonna, it's like whenever I talk about how I don't like somebody, I feel like I always have to start with like, this is not against Sami Zayn the
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I don't know how he is outside of WWE, but Sami Zayn the character, I am just not a fan of.
yeah.
And oh, you see that? Okay,
Yep, yep. I saw it.
oh,
I was like, oh.
the
So
massacre is coming. Dun dun dun. Okay. Did I hear someone say that that QR code was for June 17th? I feel like I read or heard that somewhere.
It's the one that showed up on Raw. It led to a countdown that it hits zero at 8 o'clock on Monday.
Okay. Okay. I saw that. Okay. That should be interesting. But yeah, I say all that to say I would rejoice in seeing Chad Gable win. Ooh, my eyes are watering.
So I mean, if Gable can win, they can go that way with him as a singles. You know, do the turn with Alpha Academy and everything, and then Sami Zayn, you can put him back into the main event title scene, or keep him in the Intercontinental. You could really do anything. So it's a
Hmm.
win-win, no matter what. If Gable
Or if
loses, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say if they do take the title off of Sammy and give it to Chad, that frees up Sammy to help KO in his ongoing never-ending
Yeah,
saga with the bloodline.
yes, that is true. Exactly. You could, yeah, yeah. It would just be how would you get him over to SmackDown since he's on Raw, and they are doing a pretty good job of having the brand split actually be the brand split.
That's true. That is true. I'm sure we can find a way.
But that's why, like, if it happens at Money in the Bank, everyone's going to be there, so they'll all, you could have the backstage segments and be like, oh, reunite, and the Cody Avengers can reassemble.
Oh Lord, Cody Avengers. Yep. Okay, here's another one of those European songs that I feel
Yeah, I
like
was.
we don't know.
Yeah, I
Oh, they're
I
God, they're
never know
loud.
what they're chanting. Yeah,
Having the headphones on, I'm only hearing it with one ear, but oh my gosh. They said, France isn't going to outdo us. Scotland can turn up too. That last match that also set the tone too, having the heels beat the faces. Like, is
yeah,
that setting the stage for
yeah,
more to come?
yes.
I'm very pro heel, so I'm always down to see some dastardly heels take the win.
And if Sami Zayn and Bailey both lose, their title runs would end at 69 days.
Interesting. Dang, it's hard to believe that. Wow, it doesn't even feel like it's been that long.
Yeah, yeah. Since
Wow.
WrestleMania, I mean,
It's interesting when you say it like that. It sounds like a while, but or it doesn't sound that long. I should say
yeah.
that doesn't sound that long. But when I think of it in terms of the last time we saw Roman Reigns, it feels like
Oh,
forever. It feels so long.
now they got the camera on Otis and Maxine. So I wonder what are they planning there with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And where's Akira? Akira
Well,
Tozawa.
that's what Gable had said when they were doing the kickoff show, and I was like, what? Where is Tozawa? I don't know. Maybe he can't travel. If there's something with
Hmm,
that,
interesting.
or he's going to come later. Who knows? Maybe he ended up going to the wrong place. Like whenever our Truth showed up and went to
Oh
the
my
wrong
gosh. Our truth.
when he went to the wrong place for whatever international show that was. But they kill me. I will say, our Truth, his antics backstage and his comedy is out of this world.
I like him and the Miz together. I feel like they both need it. It's interesting at this point in their careers. I like them both in a team better than I do
Yeah.
individually. Like we're better together. I think that's a good pairing. Thank you. Thank you.
So Gable is outside of the ring, huddling up with Otis and Maxine, planning no doubt what they're gonna
For
do.
sure. For sure.
Jamie holds the ring. Gable's getting back up. Oh, Maxine is in the boot. They showed that before during the kickoff show.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys in the chat? I see we got 49 of you guys here. What do you guys think is going to be the outcome of this match? Who do you want to see take the win? Sound off in the comments.
Yeah, for real. Check in.
She's doing like a Pam Anderson throwback. Sorry, someone's asking what's Pam wearing. I mean, what is Maxine wearing? Yeah, I feel like we need like an American list of these songs. I feel like I need to know. I feel like left in the dark. Like they're all having fun chanting, and I'm just sitting here like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
What are the words?
Yeah, the only one that I know, like even when France was doing the AJ song, I was just like, okay, this is like the crowd is crazy, but I don't know what they're singing.
I had no idea. I was saying then that I'm like, it felt like church, like a hymn book. It's like everyone knew the words except us. Like
Yeah.
it's like, did they have a rehearsal? They were in tune, they were in sync, they were on one accord. I'm like, man, how do you get thousands and thousands of people all on the same page like that?
51 people now. 50 or 51. But yeah, check in, jump in the comments there and let us know who do you guys got, Gable winning or Sammy retaining?
Please. Yeah, please let us know what you guys think. Or if even if it's not this match, let us know about your future predictions for the rest of the show because we still have 2 more matches.
Yep, 2 more. The main event, I can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
It's coming. Yeah, they swerved us once. I wonder how many more surprises are in store.
This is another solid match. I mean, so far, I mean, having 5 matches whenever they're all like this and they all hold up and they're all really, really good. It's no issue for me. But it's like it was crazy that there was only 5 matches on the card and no kickoff show or kickoff match or anything like that.
I agree. I was had very low expectations. I'm like, but yeah, because they kind of did this like in Saudi Arabia too. It's like, man, there was only I think 6 matches on that card.
And then you go to AEW and you're gonna have Forbidden Door with 13, 14, 4 kickoff, 4 0-hour matches, and it's just
it is interesting. Yeah, AEW I said this before that I feel like they don't allow enough time to breathe between the matches. Like you can't even process what just happened. Go. Boom, boom. No video package, no, because WWE loves their video packages. Like here's the backstory, which as a fan I like it because it gets you more invested in the match because you forget sometimes. Like they'll go back and show you like, okay, this is where this feud began and this is the build up and this is what happened. AEW is like, no, if you didn't see it, you missed it. Let's go. Here's the match. Get them out here.
The only thing they don't have a problem showing again is the footage from All In last year at Wembley.
Now that much is true. They are not going to let you forget. It was I feel like even children know how many people were there. What is it, 81,000?
Yeah,
they are not going to let you forget the highest attended live sporting event of all time.
Yep.
Like, okay, how many people were there? 81,000. And what was it?
I am excited for them to do it again and to see how it compares to last year, and
it will be interesting. I feel like they hold on to that the same way. Like, interestingly enough, like Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan are like arch enemies, and I think it's funny that like he's the same way about those 83 weeks. 83 weeks. How long How long was WCW in the ratings above WWE? 83 weeks.
Sammy just struggled to flip Gable over the rope, and I don't know what it was, if that's what they were trying to do, but Gable went over and then hit and then did a back roll and like really sold it. It was
Oh
pretty fun.
yeah, I just saw that. Yep, he is good at that.
It's just like whenever Michin that one episode of SmackDown where Jimmy came out and she smacked Jimmy, and the way he went down. Oh, when I see clips, it has me rolling.
The drama leading up to that, and she's like, "Hello, hello, hey, nobody's talking to you." You knew, I knew that was at the end of that.
Sammy going up top. Oh, Gable with a drop kick midair. Cover. Nope. Kick out at 2. I'm anxious to check Twitter once this one's over real quick to see if anyone's gotten the videos or what that QR code leads to.
I know that. I'm looking right now.
Gable kick out at 2. You're showing Otis and Maxine there at the side of the ring. Now they're doing a wide shot so that they're building for something.
Mm-hmm.
They're building for something.
Yep. Exactly. I look at stuff like that too. Like, what are we looking for? What you paying that for?
So Sammy, he keeps holding his hand. They keep showing him shaking it and holding it. Gable with a slam.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think. Side note: I don't think we've seen the last of the bloodline.
I would be okay with that.
You don't want to see him again.
No. If they make their presence known yet again, I'm okay with it. I'm like,
Oh yeah, me too.
remember when Solo debuted at Clash of the Castle last year or however?
Yep,
Yeah,
22,
last year.
23. Sorry, no, 22. That's right, 22.
It I was all for it. I was like, yeah, I love it.
Oh
Roman's
yeah.
let Roman cheat. I don't care. Add more layers to this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like do it. That's why like at Backlash, whenever I'm like, oh yeah, someone's coming in a hoodie to help Solo and whatnot. So it was. I think we got swerved there too because everyone was like Jacob Fatu, and then it ended up
Yep.
being
They sure
Tongaloa.
did. Absolutely. Yep. I knew somebody was coming too. I thought it was going to be Jacob, but yeah, they are good at throwing a curveball in there somehow, some way. I feel like there's. I don't feel like the bloodline flew all the way to Scotland for 2 minutes on screen.
Yeah,
Nah. Nah.
nah.
Speaking of which, I feel like they should have put Logan Paul on this card.
So they I think they're definitely waiting to do that at SummerSlam because he's from Cleveland.
Oh
So
yeah, that's true. That's right.
him and LA Knight, they can continue building that feud. Also mix in with Carmelo and LA Knight. You could have done. I mean, LA Knight. I think, yeah, he stayed in the States because he was in Puerto Rico. But you could have done Carmelo and LA Knight on this for the number one contendership or done something to continue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
know
that's what they
Logan.
were building up for.
Yeah, Logan was because they showed him being at the Tetris world championships and whatnot and all that. So I know he he was doing other stuff out in California, and he had just gotten home to Puerto Rico. So, but I don't think that I told Denise this. I don't think that that was actually. I don't think they shot that at Logan's house. I think that was Jake's house. Funny
Oh,
enough.
I dang, that's interesting that you knew that, but I didn't think that that was his house either because he's all over the world, all over the place. I
No,
I thought that was like a fun segment.
they both live in Puerto Rico, but I don't think that that was Logan's house because of I watched like him, to give us a tour or whatever. That's not how his pool is set up.
Mm,
And there was a house behind the pool, and I know Jake's house has a guest house behind the pool. So I think that they shot that at Jake's house, which is just kind of funny to me.
interesting. Eagle eye.
But
I
yeah,
wonder.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm curious. Now I know he's got his match coming up with Mike Tyson, but I'm curious when he'll make an appearance again because we know he's popped up before. I
Yes,
wonder when
with
he'll pop up
Logan.
again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when they announced that SummerSlam was coming to Cleveland, Logan was the one to announce that, and he said he wants Jake there with him. He wants MGK there with him. He wants the Kelsey Bros there with him. So he's gonna have his crew there in Cleveland, no
We'll call
doubt.
him the Viral Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Gable's got the ankle lock locked in.
I love this move. He makes it look really painful. Perk Gable.
Yeah, for real. Sammy
I love
rolls
it.
out of it. Gable kicks out at two. It is going to be awesome to see LA Knight and Logan in Cleveland, though. I think you do it there. You take the title off Logan in his hometown where he's going to get booed no matter what. And I was saying this to I think Josh or someone. You could have Jake turn on Logan and have them do a mini something in the two of them,
Hmm.
since
You
they
could.
had talked about Logan had said I'll step in for Tyson since they did push that fight back. So
Hmm. And that could work well for both of them if I can spit it out because you and I both know this real world wrestling crossover. When you got something to promote, book a match. And I was in
yep.
the store the other day. Did you see? And honestly, this might have been out. So sorry if I'm late, but this was the first time I saw Jake Paul has a skincare line. Did you know that? Yeah. You're like, I got it yesterday. I did not know that. I had no idea. I was in the store and I see before I even came around the corner, I saw like Jake Paul. I was like, wait a
Yep.
minute. He's got a
Yep.
skincare line. So when
Yep.
you got something to promote, get a
Yep.
match.
So that was announced Wednesday. He had an he tweeted out, pulled a Tony Khan and said, I have an announcement coming Wednesday. And then
Oh man.
the way he did it was him and Logan did a lie detector test for a YouTube video. And then later it ended with him just, going into promoting his body wash and deodorant and body spray. And then it was funny enough, Sean O'Malley jumped in, or Jake tweeted out and said that he would fight Sean O'Malley at 303 because Connor and Chandler is off. And then it ended up
Mm.
being Sean O'Malley is now a co-owner of W with Jake. Something happened. I saw your face like,
Ooh, they were so close. The 2.9999999 kick out.
oh,
Ooh. My face perked up because the way they were doing it, I thought Sammy was going to hit Maxine. I was like, oh no. The way she was on the ring apron. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were
oh,
telling
oh,
your story. I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh, oh, face to face. Otis is getting in Gable's face. Now he's
Yeah,
still not
yep.
knowing what he's gonna do. Come on, Otis.
People on Twitter like, why Chad Gable got this woman out here in lingerie? Because they need ratings, doggone it. They're like, get out there.
Yeah,
We need
this is
ratings.
Peacock. They can do that.
Right, right. Get out there. Okay. Okay, I see. Yep. Oh, shoot. Sami Zayn misses and hits Otis.
I think Gable pushed him into that.
Oh, he did. Dang. Oh, that was a cool moonsault.
Exploder from Sammy into the corner there.
Oh, he missed it landing on his feet though. That was nice.
But you're still like 10 seconds behind.
Hmm.
This is another good match.
This is a good match, but I'm sorry, Sami Zayn, this Helluva kick is a finishing move. I feel like is not. I hate undevastating finishers.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's my mom's like, you mean like the crossroads? It's exactly like the crossroads. I just got spoiled growing up during the era like tombstones, stone cold
Yeah.
stunners, like these finishing RKOs, these finishing moves
Yep.
that you do not get back up from. Like
Yep.
that's it. It's a wrap, El Fiend, stick a fork in it. And some of these just don't look devastating enough. Ooh, ooh. The,
They Gable had Sammy on the barricade in an ankle lock. Sammy flipped over and threw Gable, and he went into Maxine and took her ankle out. Yep, yep, yep.
oh no, and she's already in a boot. Poor Maxine.
Otis is not happy. He's not having it.
He was already she's already in a boot and a heel. They're wrong for that. Why they got that
Yeah.
woman in one boot and one heel? Yeah, so yeah. They're setting this up that Sammy's definitely gonna win now.
Gable has the ref distracted. Sammy's there. Sammy's there at the just what what's oh Maxine's trying to stop Otis. She's on the ground rolling in pain.
She's
Yeah,
doing a
I
good job of
figured
selling this.
Otis and Maxine just gonna walk away from him.
It's okay. It's okay. Get it down. It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
oh, that's yep. And there it is, Haluva kick. Cover 1, 2, 3. Sammy retains. Huh. Huh. All right, and still. Huh.
They did that in the most convoluted way humanly
Yep.
possible.
Yep. Yep. There's a sign there
Hated
that says
it.
"I love TV time."
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
There's a sign there that says "I love TV time."
I haven't seen it yet. Oh yeah, I see it now. I see it
And there's
now.
another
Oh,
QR code.
oh man. Isn't that interesting that they now that you said that, that's the first sign okay, now I see a Scotland flag sign. Okay,
And
now
then
I'm seeing them.
as they zoom out and then show it again, you'll see the QR code pop up on like what looks like a belt that's all black.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
that's true. Ooh, clever. And one reason also why I don't like this is I feel like now I understand what they're trying to do, but I think Maxine would be better used actually having her own matches.
Yeah.
And I would like to see her having her own matches than take these fake bumps and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of how they're doing this.
Especially
Hey
because
Paul.
she was getting the the eyes and the opportunities of being in matches, and it was tag team matches, but I mean it's still something. And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden she started getting the hate at live events, and then it was this.
Yeah, and that's not really doing her much of a service because I feel like she was starting to improve. First of all, I don't think she was ever really that bad. People are
No.
they can way over exaggerate.
Yeah.
They act like she was just the worst. Like it was not that bad. She is new, but I've seen worse. I felt like she was doing pretty good. And now she's not wrestling at all. I'm like, well, that's not really helping her much. If looks could kill, Chad Gable's got that death stare.
That's that he studied Roman Reigns manipulation and facial expression tapes for
He
sure.
sure did. I said the same thing. He sure did, for sure. Well, I hope he studied the part where you need somebody to come and pull the referee's leg, get you a Jimmy, some, the king of the ref leg pull. Hey, Pauline. I see Pauline Mercer has joined us. Hey, hey.
Oh, they're just showing a preview of SummerSlam. They just showed Brock lifting up the ring with the tractor and Roman Titanic rolling out. It was so
That
it was
was
such a
the
good.
I loved that match. It was so that was when I said it before. I loved it so much because I was such a hater, like an A1 hater. I did not want to see Roman versus Brock again. I'm like, boo, hate it, hate it, hate it. And then as it kept going, I was like, oh man, they did it again. They swerved us. This is actually great.
See, I loved it. I love the Brock and Roman rivalry just because they always deliver, and it just people can hate on it for it's the millionth time we've seen this. Yeah, but every single time they got you sitting there waiting and eating your popcorn and enjoying it, and it delivers. So
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah,
they're
they did. They
showing Cleveland
they
now.
mm-hmm. They did, and I say that, like as a devoted fan, I'm like, man, this is dumb. I'm not watching this. I'm definitely watching. Sitting there
And then you're
tuned in.
sitting eating your popcorn like the big the new day gif and whatnot.
I know, or they're like throwing right, throwing nibbling popcorn and throwing it over their shoulder. Yep, that's also me. They got me.
They're showing Isla Alba Fire and Isla Dawn with Kathy Kelly backstage.
Why is she touching the belt like that? She's like touching it like it's a phone.
So now they can go from brand to brand, which is going to spice up the tag team division again.
That's true. I
I
do
will
feel
say, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like at some point they really do need to have two women's tag team titles, just like they do for the men. There
Yeah,
should be SmackDown and Raw, and they could do it if they really wanted
yeah,
to.
yeah. For a while I couldn't stand the women's tag titles just because they were at such a high level with Sasha and Bailey, and then the Kabuki Warriors and everything they did the back and forth with those two, and then all of a sudden it just dipped, and there was no you had a makeshift tag team, and then the next week they were breaking up. I had a Sharpie and just threw it at my wall, but that yeah, I mean from because like I said, I started watching really in 2019 whenever they first introduced those titles, and Bailey and Sasha won them at Elimination Chamber, and you had those teams those were actual tag teams, and then all of a sudden after that you just had random thrown together tag Liv and Rhea, and then 3 weeks
Yes.
you had them breaking up. So it's like what the heck?
Yep, I agree. And then, like you said, people were saying they were cursed for a while. People were getting
Yep.
injured. It was all over the place. I do think that I feel like Sasha these names Bianca and Jade kind of brought back that level of like what's the word I'm looking for? The
Prestige.
getting the full prestige. That's exactly the word, prestige, and like full fan support. Like people are
Yes.
actually really looking forward to seeing these matches.
Yes.
But I get why they did this. I More than anything, I'm mad that I didn't see it coming because I pride myself on my accurate predictions. I'm like, doggone
Yeah,
it.
and I had it in the back of my head, like, oh, they could do it, but it's just because it was Jade and Bianca. I'm like, there's no way. Like they're getting their moment by being in this match, and then sure enough, Triple H era, full of swerves and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope it's not the same thing with this match, just because Piper doesn't. I mean, she deserves a title run, but with an actual build and an actual storyline, not just a baby feud like what they gave us for this one.
I agree with you on that because I also think that it would be kind of doing a disservice because I don't feel like they would have it on her that long,
Yeah,
and I don't want her to just be a transitional champion. I agree. She does deserve it, but not like this. Like, give her a chance to actually be a believable champion and not have it for 3 seconds and lose it the next night on Raw. Like, remember how they did Dolph Ziggler
Yeah,
like that? I never
yeah,
forgave them for that. Never forgave.
yeah. It. I mean, especially because she's still with Chelsea, so they're like, are they a tag team getting
Yep.
singles chances? And um, everyone, I have seen people saying about they're planting seeds for them to split. And like you said, we are going to become the women's champion. Who's we?
Right.
Uh,
Who is we?
yeah, it just put them back into the tag team um, division if they're going to stay a tag team, or have them split and go that way.
Mm-hmm.
And also Bailey deserves a lengthy title run. She is, I mean, she put the women's division on her back in 2019 and 2020 and everything like that. So she deserves this to be the women's the face of the women's division on SmackDown in the Triple H era and long, lengthy title reign.
Well, Nick, I'm gonna have to push back on you a little bit there because I agree with you, but why don't you feel similarly about Drew? Because he did the same thing. He also carried them through that pandemic era.
Bailey doesn't cry and whine every single week about getting screwed
But
and
he
getting cashed in
did.
on.
He did though. He did. He's not lying. But I guess now I like Bailey. I guess Bailey is someone I like Bailey as a human being. I do like her as a person, but I don't like the way they present her. I feel like they hold her back a lot with this gimmick that she has. I don't like this gimmick. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I like her, but I don't like the way they're presenting us to her now. I like 2019, 2020 Bailey.
yeah,
She was presented as like a not a killer, but like she was a formidable foe. Like, oh man,
yeah,
you're facing
yeah,
Bailey. Like, oh man, you might not come out of this. But now I
yeah.
don't feel like they're presenting her as a strong champion personally.
Yeah, when they switched her to the role model and they had her kind of doing the laugh and everything like that, and then it was the same thing what they were doing with Seth Rollins whenever he was
Mm-hmm.
the vision, and
Yep.
he really started doing the Joker type character,
Yes.
and then they had her turned on by Damage Control, but then they never really pushed into that her being a face. She still comes out with the same music, same background, same Tron logo, image stuff, and everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Same haircut and all that, and she still calls Michael Cole an idiot. So it's like
Yes, she does.
the only
I
thing she really
agree.
changed is saying about calling the crowd and a bunch of idiots or whatever. So it's like she's still in the middle of it, but
Yeah.
Chelsea Green looks fantastic.
Yeah, she definitely is. I agree that it's I feel like you're either I don't know, it's hard to articulate, but everything you just said, like I like her. I do I would like to see her have a better title reign, I guess I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah,
I guess my view is if you're not gonna do it right, don't do it at all. Like don't
yeah,
half do it. Oh, this is cute. I couldn't see because she was far, but yeah, this is a cute look. Now, I will say, Chelsea, I've said it before, I think she is very good at her job. She's good at this, like, ditzy, clueless type of. She kind of reminds me of Carmella, but to me, Carmella
yes,
wasn't likable. Somehow, Chelsea Green is likable.
yes. Carmella, I every time I watched the Carmella match, it was like all she did was scream while she was in the ring, and then the mics picked it up, so that's all you heard. Which is I don't know. For me, that I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I'll put it on mute and then I'll pick it up on the next match. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, but Piper, as they were coming out, Chelsea was all pippy and ready to go and everything, and Piper is all serious, and it looks like your mom tells you to take your younger sibling with you to go play or outside or whatever.
Yep. You can't go unless you take your sister with you.
Yep, yep. Here comes Bailey.
Chelsea Green.
That's I love that.
I love it. It suits her.
I'm trying to see what is Bailey has something written on the her jacket or coat thing. I couldn't tell what it says. ITYS.
I can't see it either. Yeah. I think it is. What does ITYS mean? It's my no. It's my birthday. Wouldn't be ITYS. It's you. I don't know. If anyone knows what that means, please let us know.
Yeah.
How old is she turning? Do you know?
That is a good question. So, just Googling her, it says 35. She was born in 89.
Okay. I would also like to see kind of like her. Okay, Bailey. I feel similarly about Bailey and Naomi and Gunta, the ring general. I feel like you have to say that. And Drew and Sheamus. Like we know they're real life friends. I would like to see that match. Like just go ahead and pull the trigger and do it because we know Bailey and Naomi are really good friends and they're always like they're kind of putting them together. I'm like, just go ahead and run that match. Um, I really like Naomi, and I know a lot of people are rooting for Tiffany Stratton to win Money in the Bank, but I feel like I like her. I do like Tiffany, but I feel like she's got more time left than Naomi because she's also in her 30s. It's Tiffany time. It's Tiffany time.
It's
It's
Tiffy
Tiffany
time.
time.
It's
She's
Tiffy
got
time.
time, but she's also a heel. She's I feel
Yeah.
like a heel can cheat and do like she can finagle. A heel can do more
Yeah.
shenanigans than a face, like we're always saying. I feel like Naomi came back. I feel like she should get her moment. Tiffany can have hers. I do want her to have it, but she just came up from NXT. I feel like she's got more time than Naomi does. So that's my feelings on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
I I agree. I'd be okay with Naomi winning Money in the Bank, and it could go well with Jay winning Money in the Bank and bring the
right, right.
bloodline to
Yeah,
everything.
you see the
Uh,
vision, the bloodline agenda.
I see it. I'm with it. I'm for it. But I don't know. Tiffany Stratton, she's quickly become one of my favorites, especially like
I
dream booking her and Charlotte, Moonsault for Moonsault, every the it's gonna be so good. That's another dream WrestleMania 41 match. Tiffany and Charlotte, Jade and Bianca. I mean, those.
I do like it. I do. I wouldn't mind seeing a triple threat at some point between Rhea, Charlotte, and Tiffany. I would
Oh
like to see that at some point. But I do agree. But this is one thing I will say though: when Charlotte comes back, they're gonna have to work double overtime to not make Tiffany seem like a complete carbon copy, bar for bar, word for word. They're gonna have
yes,
to, you know what I mean? They're gonna have to give her some identity, or otherwise she does seem like a complete carbon copy, top to
yes,
bottom of Charlotte.
yes.
And that can be her whole thing. Like, oh, you think you're me? You want to be me so bad? Like, I can hear those promos now. Oh, hey,
I
Tati.
will.
Oh, yeah.
I will go over. I'm getting the Facebook link right now, but it's just on the Hardcore Sports Network Facebook page. Give me 1 second. But yeah, no, I agree 1,000,000%. You gotta. I mean, you could have is. I'm trying to think. Is Andrade? Is he's on Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you could probably they'll do the return for Charlotte going back to Raw. Um, so it could kind of put a hold to Tiffany and Charlotte just for the minute because she's on
True.
SmackDown. So it could do that, and it could give her time to get her own character, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Because she is very good, but I do see very, very much that's like that's gonna be like Charlotte can come right in and be like, oh, you girl, I've been
Yeah,
in this. You know what she's gonna say, girl, I've been in this
yeah,
20 years
yep,
and you're brand new. I
yep,
can hear it now.
yep, yep. And then it could still work out if they do it right, but I don't want to see it become a Mariah May and Tony Storm type of situation.
You took the thought out of my head. That's exactly what I'm getting at. We're here. That's exactly what I'm getting
Yep.
at. And I don't want to see because I've
It's
said
always
that
like
about
on the
Mariah
island
May.
irrelevant. It's
Always,
always like
always.
it's always
Sharing the same brain cell. Absolutely.
yeah,
That's exactly what I think. Because I've said I really like Mariah May, and I understand what they're trying to do, but I don't want
yeah,
to see her get so badly overshadowed. Like they can find ways to still make her seem like she's a believable opponent, I guess, and not
yes,
just a carbon copy wannabe cosplayer, you know?
yeah. And they could do it with pushing Tiffany and pushing her to the point where it's like she gets to the top, gets a win or two, and then builds up to the for a title shot at SummerSlam. Say she wins the title from Bailey at SummerSlam, boom, Charlotte comes back then you have the face to
Hmm.
face with those two, and then you go from there with Tiffany saying, "I don't care, you're back. I don't care. It's my time. It's Tiffy time." And then you
Mm.
can do that and lean into Charlotte saying, just staying quiet and just saying it without saying it. Of like you said, I've been here for 20 years. I've been doing this. I've been doing that, and now it's all of a sudden your time. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. And then you just
They
have,
could.
I think Charlotte coming back this time, she's not going to go and jump into the title picture. She's going to
Yeah.
have finally at that point where she can actually put the younger talent over and not just come back and get a title shot right away. Hopefully.
I know. I was gonna say with any hope, we'll see. We will see. Yeah, there's a few ways they can. Did Chelsea Green get banned from ringside?
Yep.
I think so.
Yep.
I just heard her shrieking. No! I think they also could at some point, well, since now that they're making a point to put the titles on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, I
Yeah.
think I could see if they do have Chelsea Green break away from her, they could have Piper Niven with them at some point,
That's true. A Scottish trio, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Um,
or at least some. You know how they love to pair, like how they're doing with the Street Profits and Kevin Owens, like a tag team
yes.
with a third. They could do
Yeah.
something like that.
And the Street Profits, like I don't know what they're doing with
They don't
BFAB,
either.
with Bobby Lashley. Like they were, feuding against the Final Testament, which I'm glad they're not doing that anymore because I was sick of that after the first time. Um, I mean, are they? And where's Bobby Lashley been?
I think he's injured. Wasn't he one of
Oh,
the
okay.
many that was? I think, but I don't know what his status is at the time at this moment. But I think he was injured of
Okay.
somehow. I think
It was
elbow
like
or
I think
something.
I think I do elbow or back maybe.
Something. But you're right. The Street Profits, they're in yeah, they're I don't know, was it? How do y'all feel about the tag team title change? Um you Man, I didn't see it coming. I did not see that one coming. I That's all I can say. I don't hate it, but I
Yeah,
I did not see it coming.
yeah. I don't hate it either. Jade and Bianca, they're still protected, so they
Yeah.
they didn't lose. Shayna and Zoe lost. Um,
And did Zoe take the pin or did Shayna take the pin? I
think
forgot.
Shayna took the pin.
I think she did too. I was like, well, it could have made Zoe and Shayna look less weak if they would have had Zoe to take the pin, but oh
Yeah,
well, so much for
but
that.
Shayna's been losing, so I mean, Shayna just lost at NXT Underground, so
True.
um,
That's true.
hopefully she gets something going at some point. Triple H has to find a way to switch it up, like he's done with DIY, because their segment on Friday was really good.
Yeah, I agree. That was fire, and I have been fans of them. I like DIY. I felt like they were not getting booked well either. I felt like they were too talented to just be losing and not really getting much of many real storylines. So I'm glad to see their show that fire. Like we know, if anyone who's watched NXT, like those guys are crazy. They've got crazy endurance. They're tough. They're skilled. Actually, show us more of that fire. I liked that promo. I'm like this. That's the NXT uh, Gargano and Champa that we want to see.
They're really leaning into this DIX uh, story and characters as our truth thinks that they are.
That's true.
This has been all Piper so far.
Mm-hmm.
She's taken that moment in.
I'm glad it
Bailey,
wasn't a squash match. I'm glad we're actually getting to
yeah,
see her shine on her own.
okay, Bailey just did like a not like a full suplex because she the way she went down, she just kind of a back roll from Piper. She rolled right out of the ring, but that was a solid move.
Oh
Bailey's kind of
yeah, I
repeat.
see. Dang, I feel like we're moving kind of fast. It's only 4:07. We have one more
Yeah,
match. We're gonna be done before
yeah.
5, I think. Interesting.
Unless there's shenanigans planned for the main event.
Love our shenanigans.
It'll be the best in the world if that would happen.
Oh man. I still with that match, I know a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate CM Punk. I feel like CM Punk is he is someone you either love him or you hate him. But
Yes.
knowing his real life story and how this dude, I feel like the universe just does not want him to main event WrestleMania because it just like never seems to happen for him. Like it's not even funny. It's kind of sad. But I would like to see him face Drew for a title, and I feel like doesn't he want a title shot? Isn't that what he's been gunning for how many years?
Yeah.
I feel like he should face Drew for the title. I think they should actually let him get it and let it be for a title shot. I don't want to see Drew versus Punk without a title on the line.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm that I it's there's so many different ways that they could do it, and like I've having all these ways go through my head, like dream booking and whatnot. Like I've said, you could do it different ways, but that it's messy because Gunther does have the automatic title shot at SummerSlam. So
I
it's
keep
like,
forgetting about him.
yeah, yeah. So
And you know what? Not to interrupt you, but that similarly about Nia Jax too. I forgot all
yeah,
about her. That
yes.
can't forget about her in the mix somehow too.
So Nia and Bailey banger, but Piper and
Oh
Nia
yeah.
take my money.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh
I would be
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
I would be excited for both matches, and
That's true.
I
That's
haven't
true.
always been a Nia fan, but I will say since she's come back, I like it. I do like
I
it.
like it too. I always liked Naya as a person. Like following her like on social media. I like her as a person. I felt like they booked her as a joke for so long, and I hated
Yeah,
that. I'm like,
yeah,
don't book the plus size lady as like a joke. I didn't like that. I
yeah,
think now I'm like the woman is Samoan with her history. I felt like she has too much lineage and history to just book her as a joke. So I'm glad to
yeah,
see them actually acknowledging her. Like, give the
yeah,
woman some serious booking, some believable
yeah.
booking.
It's like whenever they showed her at the Hall of Fame, as I think as Roman was coming out, she stood up and she did the full on
Hmm.
acknowledge. I would love to
Yep.
see it. I was saying it for so long. I wanted them to put Naomi or Nia and get like a female bloodline member as it was at its peak, and I'm so sad that they never did it. They never did it.
I'm still holding on that little sliver of hope, that rope with like one thread. I'm still holding on that they could still do, as we're coming to the Bloodline Civil War, that it's not too late. They could still have heel Nia and face Naomi. They still can do it. I'm hoping that they give it to us at some point, somehow, some way.
There's no way Chelsea Green just came back out
Uh
with a
oh, I'm
mask.
not there yet. Oh no. Oh, okay. Not a luchador mask. They're fools for this.
Wade,
Are you kidding
again,
me?
I'm seeing the subtitles. Wade just said, "Who is this masked woman?"
Not her, not Rey Mysterio lending her one of his masks. Who is this masked woman? Oh, the commentators, how do they not like be cracking up all the time? What is this?
It's like with Pat,
Oh,
with
Pat
Pat and
McAfee is
his one liners. Oh, he has me rolling every week.
every week. He is so crazy, man. That dude is a trip. I loved on Raw when they had him, filling in for Samantha Irvin. When he brought Finn Balor out, he's like representing the full match Judgment Day at 0% body fat. Clouded Finn Balor the whole way. I'm like, this dude is wild.
Piper going up to the second rope. Oh, Bailey got her knees up.
Hello, 56 people in the chat. I'm seeing the numbers go up.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Say, hey, let us know what you're thinking. What do you guys think of this match so far?
How has the entire card been tonight? Quick, very quick, good pacing. Even with all the video packages, like you said, that the WWE loves to do. There they go again with the wide shot angle. I don't know if that's just to show how many people are there and to kind of poke fun at the other place for their history with not being able to do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they can, because people love to like manipulate shots. So they're like, oh, can't manipulate this. It's a packed house.
Oh, Piper went in with the slam, and then her momentum again rolled her over, and Bailey got not the roll up. It was just the momentum. Oh, that's okay.
Oh, I see.
And still.
Ah, dang.
Still a good match.
Shoulder pin.
Piper got her moment. It wasn't a roll up, so I don't have an issue with. I mean, that was just smart on Bailey's part to continue the momentum and roll into to get the pin there.
They are at this point. I'm kind of seeing some similarities between Bailey and The Miz. That they're making her more of a, how do I say this? Like a mind wrestler than a physical wrestler.
Yes.
Like, that's The Miz, his whole career. He's not the most imposing. He's not the strongest, he's not Bianca. He's not the ESC, the quickest, the strongest, the fastest. But he is the cleverest. He's very clever and sneaky. And that's how Bailey is. Like, that's how she won the Royal Rumble. It was a mind game more than anything.
They're letting her the veteran show that she is a veteran. I mean, she is. It's so crazy to think that's where we are. Like in 2019 when I started watching, it was like Bailey was winning Money in the Bank, and Becky was on the up. Seth Rollins was on the up, had to work to get to beating Brock Lesnar, and now it's like those guys are the head of the divisions and everything like that. And it's like it's crazy to see that's where we are with like the NXT class is on their way up and stepping into the shoes of where we were. And
that is crazy. That, man, it doesn't sound like, it's like wrestling is such a unique sport in that like 6 years in the NBA isn't that big of a deal, but 6 years in wrestling is a lifetime. You're right. You can go from the bottom of the card to champion, and it's so interesting. Like it's so unique in so many ways that it doesn't feel like that was really that long ago. But yeah, now you can be a veteran in 5-6 years. It's crazy.
It's there's nothing like it. I mean, there really is nothing like this. I mean, and I love AEW, especially now that MJF is back. But like WWE is just it's different.
It is very different. I always like to think of wrestling as and especially now in the social media age, like they pull from so many different things. They pull from pop culture, they pull from reality TV, they pull from other sports, they pull from other wrestling leagues. Like they pull from a little bit of everywhere. They give you everything: humor, comedy, blood, verbal skills, physical skills, athleticism, like acting. It's everything. It's everything on TV all in one place.
Yep. And everyone, all the haters are going to say like, oh, it's just a giant soap opera. No, that's part of it, but that's the storytelling is Roman, especially the storytelling. This ain't TikTok, this ain't YouTube Shorts. We're here to hold your attention, and you got to be patient. We're giving you the goods, as he said after 39.
That's right. And when I'll never forget, he walked in. He's like, a lot of shy faces. A lot of people looking real stupid right now, huh? Yeah.
The memes after that were so good, so good.
Oh yes, the meme makers. I tell you, people, the wrestling community, they make memes and gifs faster than anybody else. I swear, like they'll be
Oh,
on it.
it's without a
Like,
doubt.
man, you'll see something, and now I've come to know, like, you'll see something, you're like, that's gonna be a meme. Someone's doing it
Yep,
right now, like, boom, right now,
yep,
make it a gif.
yep. Like when there was Chelsea tweeted earlier her in her outfit and everything. And I was looking at the comments, and some I was just shaking my head at, but someone had commented the video of Pat McAfee going "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and barking on Raw, and I'm like, there is no way this just happened
People are on it.
4 days.
I know, I can't help but to think, I'm like, y'all are fast as lightning. Like they also had done that too with when Roman was on the Pat McAfee show before
Yeah,
WrestleMania, and he was in the background barking. Because the first time I saw that, I was like, who is this? Because Roman's talking all here. Like, who is this in the background? Pat McAfee is a maniac. I'm surprised he's not
uh,
here.
he doesn't do the international shows.
Oh, that's true.
Just because of his weekly show
His other job.
is on ESPN and everything, like, so it's that's why he's gone to Raw with Michael Cole to kind of be there for Cole's last run. So who knows what he's going to do after Cole is done.
Oh, it's gonna be so, it's gonna be really weird, like, as a wrestling fan, with, like, okay, JR is, we're first of all, I'm glad JR is still with us on planet Earth, number one,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's, talk about a cat with 9 lives. He's had so
yeah,
many situations where we didn't think he was going to be here. I'm glad he's still with us on Earth, but not
yes,
having him on commentary, not having Michael Cole, like, these iconic voices, the voices of a generation, it's going to be so weird, like, not having any of the people from, like, our childhood. It's going to be
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's it's going to bring in a whole new era of a different side than what we see in the ring. It it's going to be weird. It's going to be different, but it's going to give a chance for Wade Barrett to show, Corey Graves to step in, because I think Corey Graves will kind of be that guy
I
for
think
this
so too.
new era, which is cool. Graves does a good job.
He's
I
definitely
still
improved.
I still want to see Pat McAfee and Graves in a match.
Oh, in a match.
In a match.
I love Pat McAfee, but I do think, or I hope, I guess the dream or fantasy booking, I hope it's so, even though I don't know, I bet those ESPN checks hit real hard, but I can't help but selfishly want him to be full-time commentary. I know
Oh
they're
yeah,
going to have to really pull out the big coins to make that
yeah,
happen. Even if
yeah,
it was just for a little bit, maybe not for forever, but like maybe if
yeah,
the Pat McAfee show went on hiatus for a while, I would
yeah,
love to see his crazy self more often, because he does bring he is the perfect yin to Michael Cole's gang.
yeah. Yes, I love. And I mean, even if he were to figure it out and still do one show or the other, and then do the pay-per-views and whatnot, because he does the weekly show always from Indiana, where they all live and everything like that. So that's where it's based.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
so they can still do. It was just his the story with him and how he got into it, and whenever he really like leaped on to doing commentary was after one of the Saudi shows a couple years ago, whenever everyone got stuck over there, and they had him fill in Buffalo, and he had Jim Irsay. He borrowed Jim Irsay's jet, which is the owner of the Colts, to make it to the show on time. So
Mm.
that's kind of how he was able to do that. But at the time, they were doing the Pat McAfee show live, and he was also on Good Morning Football in New York. So he was flying to New York to do the show, to do Good Morning Football, and then flying back to Indianapolis every day and every night. So it was like, then he added
Whoa.
in doing SmackDown and then pay-per-views as well. So he was like, yeah, it just got crazy for him. So the
Wow.
WWE,
He's a hard working man.
they were the ones that told him to be like, hey, let's put a pause on this.
I did not know that. Thank you
Yep,
for telling me that. I had no
yep,
idea that was the
yep,
backstory.
yep,
Wow.
yep.
Because
So, and
he did.
then enter him being on game day and everything to add even more into the mix.
Wow. That's insane. He grew on me because I'm not gonna lie. When we first met him, like remember he was feuding with Corbin. I
Yep.
didn't really care for him. I thought he was a little bit much, but he's definitely grown on me. That I've come to embrace his chaotic nature.
It, and like I'm so bummed that I didn't get to see his NXT stuff with like Adam Cole and everything. I did see
Mm,
when he brought Adam Cole and Adam Cole did their show, and they kind of had the, the heat and the back and forth on the show. I wasn't sure if it was real and like they actually like legit hate each other or not, but um so I still don't know. I know whenever Adam Cole showed up in AEW, they kind of talked about it, and he's like, "Oh, Adam Cole showed up in that other place," and they kind of like took
mm,
a dig at it. So they're kind of still building that. So if Adam Cole comes
mm.
back one day, we can get that maybe. But
I didn't see that as it was happening in real time either.
uh, and it
Yeah,
was yeah,
it will be interesting to see at this point who is going to be the next AEW to WWE ship jumper.
yeah.
Who's it going to be? Because there's a lot of speculation that Ricky Starks is going to.
I was yep.
Um,
I was just
I
thinking that.
wonder. I know who I want it to be. Selfishly, I want it to be Wardlow, but not to WWE. I wanted to go to TNA because I feel like they won't book him right in WWE either. I want to see him
Wardlow
go
and Braun
somewhere.
Breaker.
I want that. I want that. I agree. I want that. But I fear I don't want him to jump and have the same thing happen to him. I want
Right.
him to go somewhere where he can be booked to the moon, push him to the moon,
Yep.
put titles on him, all the titles. Like I just
Yep.
want I want so much for him that's my fear. I don't want him to go and have the same a lateral move. So that's why I think
Yeah.
it was Tati that we were talking about this. I'm like, okay, that's fine. If it's somewhere where he can shine and have titles and be pushed and booked well, then fine, TNA, I'll take it.
It's like when he got the TNT title in AEW. Oh, you seen the entrance
This is so
with
cool.
the band? Yeah. It's like when he got
Oh.
the TNT title, he had it, and then it was literally stolen out of his car, and then everything else was stolen from him booking wise.
That is such a good now like connection. Like absolutely.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about
yeah.
it like that. You're right. He
It
literally
just,
and figuratively.
I mean, it's insane. It's
It
absolutely insane.
is. It
Tony
is
Khan,
insane.
you're giving time and time and time and screen time to Chris Jericho every
Don't
week.
get me. Oh my god! Don't even get me started. Like I feel like oh my god! Like you're right. Like I didn't even think about that. That it because for a while I thought that was well I shouldn't say a while, but for a little bit I thought that was a work until it actually was true. He really legitimately did get his car broken into, and he lost his passport or got it stolen and couldn't go to
His
Canada for
gear,
whatever. Yep, his gear.
his
Yeah, he got
yeah,
everything stolen. And I was like, dang, like y'all, they didn't even try to like help him. I'm like, I felt like they left him out to dry. Like you can't help your talent a little bit more than that. Oh, here he comes. Okay, I
goodbye.
gotta take a ear
I
off
gotta
for
get my
this.
tissues ready for all the crying that we're gonna see.
Look, I already got mine ready. I learned my lesson during WrestleMania. I learned my lesson. I love me some Drew. Like I was watching one of those, they do like the I think it was Wrestle Talk or one of those like they're showing like the build up and the backstory. And
Yeah,
I learned a lot about Drew. Like I'm not gonna lie, I did not know until they pointed it out. The wrestling is so interesting. So many things happen that you just straight up forget about it. I
yep,
had forgot that way back in the day, yesteryear, him and Cody were tag team champions at one point.
yep,
I'm like,
yep.
what? Are you kidding me? Or him and Dolph Ziggler were a tag team. I'm like, where was I? I just so much has happened that I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so like building up to this. Oh, look at the decimal meter
yep. They
thing.
were showing the crowd noise, the meter there, and then he walks up.
Ah,
He gets a flag from someone in the crowd. They're saluting him. It
I
is cool
love
to see him
heroes.
have the moments and everything like that, but like he could have just. To me, my thing is he just complained about it so much. Like just
Well, I guess you could look at it as complaining, or I see it. I mean, I see it as him bringing up. Well, let me put it to you like this. I felt like his reasons were more valid than Cody and his finishing the story. To me, his was crying. His was complaining, like, please make
And
me the
I see it.
champion. My
I see it both
daddy
ways
is
for
Dusty
both guys.
Rhodes. Please let me finish my story. His felt more begging, and because he does actually physically cry. But Drew, I'm like, I feel like his was like you said about Bailey. I'm like, he's not wrong. I do feel like I feel like others. How do I say this? I feel like others got their reward for carrying the company before him, and it did feel
Yeah,
like they were just kind of pushing him, like putting it off and putting it off. But I'm hoping that I just want to see a payoff. Like I understand this is business, but I
yeah,
would like to see a payoff. Hopefully today. But I like Punk. I don't have anything against him. I don't hate him. I feel like he's inevitable. To me, he is just someone that even if you don't like him, he still makes money. He still puts butts in seats. But I see this as like, would you book Punk to lose in Chicago? No, heck no. Don't give the man a chance, man.
yeah,
Give him his moment.
yeah. And it's like if it's just it's it's because Drew goes out there and says Punk does this and Punk is obsessed with me. Punk does that. And then what happened at WrestleMania? McIntyre had the title, could have just hugged his wife and gone to the back.
You sound
No,
like that lady that was like,
no,
"Oh, you had." Did you see that? That lady. All you had to do was leave. Did you see that video? It was this lady
no.
ranting for. Oh my
You
gosh,
had to
go look
go.
it up.
You had to go to the table. You had to mess with Punk. And what happened?
I I did not. I agree. I did not like that. You should go look it up. Or if I find it, I'll send it to you. This
Yes,
lady, she's like screaming at the TV watching WrestleMania, like full blast. All you had to do was leave. Are you effing kidding me? Are you like she just says it like 100 times? All you had to do was leave, and she's like screaming full volume. And it was so
she's
funny
right.
that Drew like quote tweeted it and was he quote tweeted it and was like, "You're right, ma'am. I would love to have you at my training camp." Thought that was so funny. He's like, "You're right. You're right. You're right."
And then like I mean, he leaned into it, and it was good to see it and everything. But like, it was just like he took the phone from his wife and said, "Tweeted bored at work." Like, come on
They
now.
definitely they set it up in such a way that I do think. I mean, it fit. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I get why they did it because they were at the same time. What's his name? Damian Priest was getting roasted. People were like, he's the dumbest
Exa-
wrestler ever. He's an
yeah,
idiot. He's the
yeah,
worst money in the Senora in the bank winner. I get
yeah,
why they did it. Like
yeah.
I hated it at the time, but I get it. I get it. But listen to this
And then
crowd though, y'all. Listen.
and when Priest ended up cashing in and everything, it's like it was at the press conference afterwards, and he kind of told his story a little bit and how 10 years ago he was homeless and all that and everything. So like it showed a different side, whatever. Um, but it's like he had time after time after time where he could have done it, and it could have been different for everyone. And now we're here
Yeah,
where we're at. So it's like we can sit
I
here and
do.
we sound just like McIntyre. Oh, if I wouldn't have been screwed by Solo at Clash of the Castle. Same with Kevin Owens, kind of does the same thing whenever he
Yes, he
came
does.
after, came
You're
back in feud after feud after feud. Every year at the Rumble, it was Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Like,
you you took the words out of my mouth. You're right here. I
come
was
on.
just about to say Kevin Owens does the same thing, crying about the bloodline all the time. The bloodline this, the bloodline that. They attack me here, they
Like,
attack me
look at
there.
Sammy. Sammy went and joined the bloodline,
Yes,
and then he
yes.
didn't complain, and now
And
he's
you
a
know
champion.
what? Speaking of which, you mentioned Finn and the Judgment Day. I have a theory. I think that that's gonna come back to bite Priest because remember he said like, "Oh, I don't need y'all," just getting
Right.
all braggadocious. I don't need y'all. I
Yeah.
can do this on my own. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
Somehow I think that's gonna come back around. That everyone thinks it's gonna be CM Punk, but what if it's Finn and crew turning on, or maybe they might not turn on. They might just simply not help him and just
Yeah.
simply
Well, they
watch
are
him.
like I said the other night, they are barred from ringside. So it's like
They
if they
might just
come
let
out,
it happen.
yeah, if they come, I mean, it would be tough to play it like that. You could have them come out even though they're not supposed to be there, and like the ref be taken out, and then
Distracted.
Priest is like, "What?" Flips out. What are you guys doing here? You can't be out here and everything like that. And then they could do something like that, and fast forward the turn there. That would be good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a swerve, I think, if they don't do with Punk. But I think I don't know. The money move would be having Punk screw McIntyre out.
Oh,
And and
this hurts my heart.
like Wesley said right here, if Drew loses, the arena is going to start a riot.
Oh, they're gonna wild out. They're gonna wild
Um,
out. So like we did this before, and also too for Scotland, like they don't go there that often. I'm like, can
yeah,
we let the Scotland crowd have their person, have their people? I mean, they gave them. I'm hoping that they didn't give us Isla Dawn and Isla
Alpha Fire.
Fire as like a consolation prize for it not being Drew. I hope they're not like here, we're like here, damn, just take
We
something. I
gave you
hope that's
one.
not
One out of three we
right.
gave you. That's all you're
Here,
getting.
take. I know. I hope that's not it. Here they go with one of these songs. Okay, here's the song. What are they saying? He is sweating bullets.
And I mean, there's ways to go about everything. If Drew does win, it's set that you would kind of have to do the Gunther and Randy Orton rematch and give the King of the Ring to Randy, so then he can face Cody, and then Gunther is free and
Mm,
doesn't have that automatic title shot. And then you could do Punk and you could do Punk and McIntyre at SummerSlam. Um,
it's true.
and there's different ways to do it. And then with Priest, you could send it into the Judgment Day and do the split.
I
Um,
would like to see Randy versus Cody. I do want to see
that's
that
what
because I would love
that's
to
what a
see him get
lot of
RKO.
yeah, that's what
Let's get it.
a lot of people want. Yeah, 2.5 hours in, and we're at the main event.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's wow. It's going right on by. But the matches didn't feel rushed.
No, no,
The pacing has been good.
I can't wait. I can't I can't wait for and especially because SmackDown next week is in Chicago.
Mm. Hmm.
So it just I mean it's written. It's written. They just have to do it.
Interesting. But they're in Scotland right now. They went across the world. They can go to Chicago anytime. They do. I don't blame them. I would too. I get it. Sell that merch. Sell
It's
them
written
tickets.
like to continue and start it here and then continue like they're in Scotland, Drew's hometown, and then they
Hmm.
go to Chicago for Punk, and they start the really start it and because I think Punk is cleared from what Earl was saying.
I think so.
So
One thing about Punk though that I feel like you can't mention Punk and not mention the fact that I I hope I really oh man, that was a crazy flip over the rope. I sincerely hope that he does not get injured while building this feud because we
oh
know he is very injury prone. I hope that we
oh
can actually get through that feud safely. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? Because I feel like he is poor man. Like it's like every time he gets some momentum, he gets an injury. Like 3 steps
yes
forward, 4 steps back. That hopefully we
yes.
can make it through this feud as intended.
Now let's say they do McIntyre at and Punk at SummerSlam with McIntyre as champ. Do you have McIntyre beat Punk?
That's a good question. I guess I would say it depends on. I want him. That isn't really that long of a reign. Like if
That's what
Drew
I'm
wins
saying. Like
tonight, yeah, I see what you're saying. That's
it's
not
like
really
a
that
month and
long.
a half. So
Yeah, I guess it would depend on what else Punk has going on. Because surely it's not just going to be him and Drew and nobody else. I would hope that we see some other side interactions there to see where we can go from there. Because I would like to see CM Punk versus Cody at some point.
That would be fun.
It'll be
That would
very
be
fun.
a lot of fun. And then don't forget, I think the rivalry and match everyone wants this Punk and Rollins whenever Rollins does come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would like to see that. I do
Uh,
not want to see Rollins and Cody again. I know they're gonna give it
yeah,
to us, but I don't want to see it.
no, yeah. Everyone was saying, "What if Rollins turns on Cody? What if Rollins turns
I
on
thought he was
Cody?" I'm
going
like,
to.
why?
I thought he was
Why?
going to. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna do it. But it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of
Right,
deal.
right. But when
Like
he came out and said, "I will be your shield. I'm the only one that can really help beat Roman," like it just
I thought he
that
was
added a
lying
whole that
because
added a
he's
whole
pretty
new level.
dastardly. I thought he was lying. I really honestly thought that he was just saying that because we know Cody is gullible. I thought that's
Yeah,
what they were playing into the
yeah,
gullibility factor. He'll like, oh, you're my friend. Just because we
yeah.
remember how he did with Brock Lesnar, like, oh, he's going to be my tag team partner. Oh, he's
Oh,
going to love me. And he beat the brakes off of
oh,
him. I thought that's what we were going to get,
oh.
but they went a different way with it.
Um, yeah, because I mean it and I said this from the very very beginning when like Earl we did all every different prediction show that I did. I'm like, yeah, to me that just doesn't that's not the way to go because we've already gotten Seth and Cody 3 times. Cody's won all
Yes,
3 times, so it's like
I do agree. I didn't want to see it, but I was because they a lot of times they play it safe. I didn't want to see it, but I thought that's what they were gonna give us.
yeah,
But I didn't
yeah,
want to see that either. I'm like, no, we've been there, we've done that. How many times do we need to see this? He beat him
yeah,
with a torn pec, for God's sake.
yeah. Inside Hell in a Cell, like we can put that to rest. We can put that to
Yeah,
rest. Uh,
it's a wrap.
yeah, I mean it Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns down the line, I still want to see another match of those two because Seth never got his rematch against Roman for the DQ win at the Rumble. So it's like
Mm,
Seth never cried about that. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
that's true. I know you're a Seth fan. I'm not. I just cannot. I think this is my thing about Seth Rollins. He I feel like, and maybe this is just because I grew up seeing it. I feel like they make him a carbon copy of HBK in every way. He is. I feel like I've seen this all before, and not that there's anything wrong with having like a new. But
Yeah,
and I was not an HBK fan, so I'm like, here we are, copying someone that I didn't like, and I
yeah,
was, you say you got the Bret Hart people and the HBK
yep,
people. I was a Bret Hart person, that I'm like, do I want to see a carbon copy? Even though I like HBK now, I like what he's doing with NXT. I have
yeah.
respect. I do like. I've come around that I like
So
present
it's
day
funny
HBK.
you said the HBK people, Bret Hart people. It's like now is that kind of Roman Reigns people and Seth Rollins people.
Yeah, or Roman versus Roman and Cody people.
Yeah,
Like yeah, I get it, and I respect him. He's
yeah,
insanely talented, but I guess I just and we all have people that you just immediately latch on to them and they can do no wrong, and then some that have to grow on you. He's talented. I respect. He put in a lot of work. Like he definitely he was going hard at WrestleMania. That he was half dead. I
barely even
respect his
walk.
work ethic.
Like,
Uh oh, foot caught in the ropes. You see this? Foot caught in the ropes.
oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, hey, he's pulling the. What's he doing?
He cannot get his foot out of these ropes.
Oh, there we go. McIntyre. He kind of picked him up and was able to give him a second to get out of it.
Yeah. I'll pull you out, but I'm going to give you a huge chop.
Yeah. Oh, pin
Speaking of
Priest kicks out at 2.
speaking of Puerto Ricans, I feel like Bad Bunny. Isn't it about time for him to mosey on back here sometime?
Yeah, I was throwing it out there of Bad Bunny being the one to return whenever they brought Carlito back. or
Mm-hmm.
for Bad Bunny to step in when Carlito turned on the one guy in the LWO that I don't know his name,
Yep.
and I don't think anyone really knows his name, but he's just kind of there.
You're talking about yeah, clearly I don't know who you're I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name either. That guy. Yep. I thought they were gonna do that too. And did you see there was a headline making, making the rounds the past couple days that Roman paid for a fan to meet Bad Bunny? And I was
Yeah,
like, that's interesting that they're telling us this. Is this a crossover?
yeah,
We're gonna see him again soon?
yeah. It was that part of him with Make a Wish, or was that just something
That's
that
a
he
good
did?
question. I think I got the gist that that was of his own accord.
Oh,
Because I think the fan is a sick child. The picture
mm,
looked like it might be a disabled child of some type of ailment.
yeah. I did see that though. I wasn't whenever I was reading it quick, and then Facebook, it, of course, refreshed it whenever I didn't want it to refresh, and then it was gone forever.
I know, right? I hate it when that happens. I hate it. X is terrible about that. You'll be looking at something, it's like, gonna refresh. Bye.
Come on,
Good luck
Elon.
finding it.
Let's work on that, huh?
Can we please? Can we please, Elon? Please and
But no,
thank
he
you.
instead he's out there making likes private. Like
Who was asking for that though? Was that you, Nick? Were you asking for that?
no,
Were you asking for like
I do I pay for Twitter Premium, so I already turned that option on when I first got it. Like
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
yeah,
that that was in that
yeah,
package. Interesting.
yeah. I will say I pay for it. I paid for the check. I don't care. I paid for it, but I'm getting paid on Facebook, so it kind of pays for itself. So
Making the big bucks. Sleeper Sports Media. Rain, making it
trying
rain.
to.
Do the Mercedes Monet dance. Is this you?
Nah, 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 nah,
Getting paid.
nah.
I mean, I guess I'm no better because I don't pay for Twitter, but I pay for YouTube. People are like, who would pay for YouTube Premium like me? I don't like ads.
Me,
It's me.
me.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
do it. I'm not sitting through these ads. So many ads, you'll forget what you even were trying to watch. I'm like, what was
Exactly.
this again? I forgot.
Look, I'm watching a video that's 20 minutes long, 12 minutes, and I see an ad. Yep, I'll watch it later. Maybe I won't. I don't
Not doing it. I refuse.
know.
Oh, up on the top. Oh, okay. Oh, not this. Oh no. The Razor Ramon, I still call it. Ooh. Nah, he's not gonna win like that.
Now,
Ain't
Priest
no
said that
way.
he wouldn't let the crowd get to him and everything, but I don't know. He looks pretty much like it's getting to him already.
Right, right, right. He is not, some wrestlers hide their emotions better than others.
Yep,
He is one, he shows everything on his face.
yep, yep. So they just flashed at the bottom. The the post show is what they're calling it, and
Mm,
not like the regular press conference.
interesting.
So, and I
Or
did see
is
that had popped up. I don't know if they're getting rid of press conferences altogether, if they're just calling it a post show and it's still going to be a press conference or what. But I liked when they did the press conferences.
I do too. I do too. I like them because and a lot of times I feel like they reward you for watching it because they put stuff in there, like some little
Yeah,
Easter eggs and little hints and tidbits that
yeah,
if you didn't watch it, you wouldn't know.
yeah. And then of course the infamous Yeet and Cody and Jay.
Man, that was still like at first I thought that was just like purely show, but as it went on, I was like, no, I think they really are drunk for real. That was
Yeah,
funny.
they had a little bit of the bubbly on Cody's bus.
And man, they had a lot of bit of the bubbly. They were toe up. That was funny too, though. That you see the like we were talking about the fan cams and people make memes and videos. I saw this one that someone made of Cody where they had like the talking mouth where it's like it was supposed to be like Triple H talking to Cody. They're like, okay, we're gonna make you champion. Oh, that sounds great, but it's gonna be tag team champion,
Yeah,
and it's gonna
yeah.
be for a week. Like, why did they do that? Why did they do that?
Is that the one that's like it's set up as a Zoom call? Have you
Yes,
seen those ones? Those ones crack me
yes,
up.
yep. That was the one. You're like, Am I gonna beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39? No, but we are gonna make you champion with
Okay.
Jey Uso tag team
Oh.
for a week. Oh, and you're gonna get beat up by Brock Lesnar just once? No, 3 times. Like it just kept getting worse. It's interesting that was such a random, like, him and Jay, like they literally were tag team partners for a week, and it's like we just never talked about it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure why they did it like that, but I feel like that's gonna come up again at some point.
I would love it too. Or even if when Jay reunites with Roman and Jimmy, they can they see Cody and Jay and Cody see each other, and it's just like the eyes. You just see see it with the eyes, nothing else, just the eyes.
Right. Oh, that was a good kip up. No, I love a good kip up.
He's over by the barricade. Play more through the barricade.
Uh-oh.
That's nothing compared to a good spear through the barricade by our one and only tribal chief.
Man, they hit hard for real, for real.
CM Punk is still in the bowl of haggis. Don't forget.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Haggis must be like a Scottish thing.
Is it? I feel like haggis is somebody's intestines. Is it a sheep? Is it a pig? No, chitlins is a pig. Is it like Scottish chitlins? Is that what that is? Somebody let me know. What is haggis? Maybe I'll Google what is haggis. I gotta look it up. Some critters' intestines.
Yeah. Sheep's pluck minced with chopped onion, oatmeal, suet, spices, and salt. That is mixed with animal. Ugh. Sheep's heart, liver, lungs, and stomach.
Oh, we went all the way. All the intestines.
Yeah, I'll stick to my good old fashioned American cheeseburger. Thank you.
Yeah, that's unique. I don't really I'm not an internal organs eater of any critter. I don't want anything's internal organs. I'm good on that. I'll stick to the outer flesh.
Yeah, steak. I'm good. Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else? Nope. I'm all right.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. This is so far no shenanigans. I'm very surprised. I thought we were going to see it. My mom's like, it's not over yet. That's true.
We're like 17 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, I'm gonna do a stream with my mom and my daughter because like we like all watching. Like I'm on my phone with like friends and family. Like we all just watch together and we're all doing commentary, like side commentary. I've got like 14 conversations going on right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a mean chop.
Help me with Priest with that knee again. Oh, he just pushed the ref. He just pushed the hand to the face of the ref.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, he's hobbling on that knee. I heard an F-bomb. Oh, I see. Oh, not a mush. He mushed the ref. That's disrespectful. That's not very sportsmanlike behavior.
Yeah, where's MJF? Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship. I think that was the moment.
So close, but yet so far.
That was the moment.
Look at Drew's face. Look at Drew's face. He does. He does have pretty eyes. And the camera is all up in his eyeball. Oh, man. That was a mean Hurricane Rana. But yeah, I agree.
It's 450. I'm always one to like look and see how they do the timing. Like
I look at that
think about it in my head, the production style. Like is Triple H sitting back there? All right, 3 minutes until we go for Punk. 3 minutes until we go for Punk.
I feel like if we were going to get a clean win, like you said a minute ago, that would have been it. But the fact that they didn't pull the trigger there, the shenanigans. Here comes some shenanigans.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they've been going for 20 minutes now. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11,391 is the attendance that they just announced again.
It's so insane with these international crowds how it's exponentially less people than in America, and they are 100 times louder. Like the math
Yep.
does not math with that. It
Yep.
just defies all
Yep.
logic. How
Yep.
is 11,000 people louder than 70,000 people? That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
Oh, there
insane.
goes the ref. There
Uh
goes the
oh.
ref.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
Oh, wait, what time? What time is it? Okay, 4:51. The ref went out at 4:51, and
Uh oh. Yep.
I
We
said
need a
3 minutes
shenanigans
before we
timer.
go.
Like we need our own like a shenanigans.
Yeah,
Oh,
three
yep,
minutes.
there it is.
Three
Okay, I
minutes
see.
until Punk. That's what I call it at 3:50. So if Punk doesn't show up at 3:53, then I'm no production guy. Oh, no ref. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there's the ref.
oh man. Oh no. Oh, we're doing.
Wait.
Oh God. Not again.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 4:52. It's
Wide
Punk.
shot.
It's
Wide
Punk.
shot.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Oh,
Oh, that is so
wide
good.
shot. Oh,
So
Father
good.
God. Here we
So
go.
good. Punk was the ref.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, they did the very thing
oh,
that I
low
did
blow
not
from
want them
Punk.
to do.
Low blow from Punk.
Oh God.
Pushed him down.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, and now he's just let's work it. Oh
Uh,
no, he's gonna bask in this moment whenever the other ref gets back in.
uh,
Well, someone there is giving him the bird, double bird.
uh.
Here we go.
I don't feel like
Choke
this is
slam.
doing Punk any favors either, though. Like this isn't. What is this doing for him?
Well, it's giving him heat.
Well, I feel like Punk already
2,
has the heat though. But
3. There it
oh,
is. And still, oh, there's CM Punk fans right there. Yeah. So I think they also went this way just to kind of stay on the track of Gunther and Priest.
I love how in Scotland they managed to conveniently put Punk over there in the arms of some Punk
Yeah.
shirt wearing fans.
Yep. That just worked out great. Oh,
I don't like it. Of all the ways they could have done it, that was the way they chose. I don't like the way they did that. They could have done that so many other ways.
yeah, because they didn't show that ref was Punk. So whenever he stopped the count at 2, it's like, what are we doing? And then they could have done that a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't like the way they because now they're and also is it going to be heel versus heel because that's clearly a heel move from Punk. Is that
Yeah,
turning Drew face?
but it's also kind of they've been going back and forth that way the entire time. So it's like
True. Look, this crowd is silent. There is like nobody cheering for Priest right now. Look at the crowd. They are not happy. Yeah, they're flipping him off. This crowd is not pleased.
so now it's like, do we see Punk and McIntyre both show up in Chicago? Since that, I mean, it's gonna be on SmackDown. They're Raw guys, so it's like,
True.
how
True.
are they gonna work that out?
That was a very that what is with y'all dropping the ball on these endings? They did the same thing to me. That was WrestleMania 40 all over again with the convoluted
Yeah.
ending. I
Yeah.
like good match. It was a good match, very physical, good match. But to me, that was a very odd ending. Like we predicted that Punk was going to get involved, but I don't like how they had him get involved.
Yeah, they could have done that differently. Yeah, especially because he's wearing a ref shirt, and McIntyre put his was putting his hands on him. So it's like if you put your hands on the ref, you're gonna get
That's
fined or you're
true.
gonna get suspended and
Or could have
everything. So it's like,
disqualified. Yeah, they could have
yeah,
pulled it
it's
as
like
you got disqualified. I hope they're paying Drew well to endure this tomfoolery twice in his home country.
yeah,
He traveled across the world to get screwed for a second time. Hope them checks hit right. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? It's 60 people in the chat, 61. What do y'all think of this tomfoolery? Good or bad? What say you?
that is that is interesting.
To me, and this was the main event. This
Yeah,
was I don't like I feel like what was the point of making it the main event if you were going to do it like that?
the only thing I can think of is to just add like they're adding heat to another feud that doesn't involve their champion on Raw. It's like they're building
Mm-hmm.
up McIntyre and Punk to be the feud on that show,
That's true.
and
That's very true.
it's that's
If
it.
it, if anything, I would have liked to seen Gunther get involved, man. Like I don't know. I just not.
That's that's it. They like you
Mm.
said ended before 5.
Yep, 4:57, and yeah, I wonder are they gonna do? I wonder how long we'll get until the post show starts. They usually do like 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, unlike they actually get it starting at a decent time. Not like I feel like with AEW, I'm waiting 20-30 minutes for their press
Yes,
conference.
yes. It's been so many times where I'm like, sitting like in the chat, like on YouTube. I'm like
Yeah,
refreshing. Like, did I miss it? Is there a lag? Am I the only one
it's
that's
like
not seeing anything?
Tony, we just sat here for 6 hours watching your pay-per-view, and now we have to wait another 20-30-45 minutes until you come out and make yourself look like a clown for your media scrum. Like,
That's true. They really do just start it whenever. There is no rhyme or reason. It might be 20 minutes, it might be 30, might be 45. Who knows? They're like, we get there when we get there. You see us
yeah,
when you see us.
anyway. But yeah, that will do it
Hmm.
for Clash at the Castle. That was so yeah, we got 1 out of 3 uh uh Scottish people, superstars, talent winning.
Yeah, one title change. And I guess another like downer from this is basically so you're basically telling me all these same feuds are gonna keep going, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, we're just gonna get continuations of the same. Like, okay. All
Yeah, like
right.
Monday we can get Priest and Gunther finally stepping in because they did that what 2-3 weeks ago. Gunther came out, cut a promo on Priest, and then Priest came
Yep.
out, and then McIntyre came out, and then Gunther just left. Like
Yep.
what? So now you can do Gunther and Priest. You can build the SummerSlam that way.
That's true. So I
McIntyre and Punk. Will we find out if
yeah.
Punk is actually cleared?
Yep, right. That's true. That's a solid point because it does make you think the fact that he was not physical. That's true. It does make me wonder: is he actually ready to fight, or are they going to pull a Mercedes Monet and him have him out there and he's not cleared? That's a fair point. I also wonder too. So what's next for Cody Rhodes? What's going on now?
Yeah, I mean, Solo and the Bloodline. Are they going to do the the 6-man tag, and then see what happens at Money in the Bank, and then go from? I don't know. I still would like to see if they don't do the rematch and give Randy Orton King of the Ring from Gunther, which now I don't think they're going to do that because Priest won.
Hmm.
Have Randy turn on Cody.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too,
Have
which would make sense.
do the 6-man tag match, and then have Randy turn on Cody.
I'm sorry. Say that last part one more time. You said 6-man tag team match
And then have Randy turn on Cody.
oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. And I think personally, I don't like face Randy. I feel like he's such exponentially such a better heel. He's a natural heel to me. He feels very forced as a face that I'm ready to see him turn into the snake Randy, because he's so evil as a heel. Like I would love to see him be that
He
evil,
he gotta
dastard heel.
he gotta let the voices out again.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
let the voices out.
Let them out.
When
I long for that Randy. I'm like, I don't like this sanitized Randy. I want
when
unhinged, crazy Randy.
I think it was what last week or maybe this week when they showed Io in the back and she was screaming, somebody on
Mhm.
Twitter clipped it and said the voices have left Randy's head and have gotten into Io's head.
I think that's fair. Yeah, because the way that they had Dakota and Kyrie saying, "Look at her," they were like clutching their pearls, looking at her like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to see that, and especially going way if we're doing long term storytelling, the fact that Cody was once Randy's
Yep.
mentee,
Yep.
you know, taking it way back,
Yeah.
kind of full
And
circle.
if they can't do Cody and Rock at SummerSlam, Cody and Randy, next best thing.
That's
Uh
true.
so I think that's what people probably want to see, that just as much, if not more, than Cody and Rock. So
I agree. I definitely agree.
but that is
Yeah.
going to do it for Clash at the Castle. So leave a like on the way out. If you're not watching now or just jumping in, watch the replay. YouTube channels, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. RB, as I said, jumping back in. If you missed it, yeah, that was quite an ending, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, we called it, and I wanted it to happen. Even I'm like, okay, well, why'd they do it like that? Like,
Like, be careful what you wish for, right?
and yeah, for real. I would have rather seen the black hoodie and just the ref pull, not him get knocked back, jump back in too late. Yeah, yep. We just finished up. So that's gonna wrap it up. But leave a like, my channel, Martina's channel, the network's channels, all that good stuff. And we will. What's your next show? What's your week looking like for the coming week?
Great question. My next show, I'm like, oh, my next show, I am going to be doing a like a predictions hangout lounge type of
Okay.
show. I'm gonna start that on Thursdays where we can talk,
Okay.
basically just like a hangout, talk about this. We'll talk about Raw and Raw AEW done, like talking about basically what's happened throughout the week, and
Okay.
not so much a watch along, but more of just like a hangout predictions chit chat type of deal. That'll be on
Review
Thursday.
type. Yep, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, and that's all you got on the lineup for next week then.
That and yes, as of now, because I don't I'm gonna do another collision with Tati, but we have to get together on our dates for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I will return to Raw on later this month. I can't remember the dates because I don't have my calendar in front of me, but
Right.
I'll be back.
Yep. I'm a little jealous of the light duty schedule. I have NXT on Tuesday, Dynamite on Wednesday, Full Court Press on Thursday, and then SmackDown on Friday. So Tuesday to
Oh
Friday,
man,
I'm booked to the brim. So
dang,
make
Hart,
sure
you're going in.
58 people, 59 people tune into all those shows. And we will see you next time from Team Facebook at the Hardcore Sports Network. That was Clash of the Castle. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.